I don't know. They should never have got rid of guns. Seems like that would solve this, right?
Of course it would. I don't know why they
would definitely use different weapons.
But cops you could eliminate the knife crime immediately. If we
Their cops not having guns is absurd because I have no respect for you if you don't have a gun. What are you going to do? Be mean? What are you going to do? You going to hurt my feelings? What do they call them? Bobbies or whatever? Like get the fuck out of here. You got a whistle and a billy club.
Oh, is that what they call the club? A bobby? Or is that what they call a cop?
I thought they were cop. I had the idea that they call them cops. They call the cops bobbies, but that may be
I think they can use the radio to get people with guns. I wonder what the response time is for that.
Probably not as good as if they gave them a gun.
But it needs to be like 90 seconds. Surely that's a high bar. Right? I will disagree. Yeah. But
if it's 10 minutes, I'll suck your dick. They're not coming. Are you sure? All right. Does anyone know the combination to the gun safe? Well, where's Richard? like that's what would happen. Like I've seen their gun cops show up to I think maybe like their terrorist attacks and stuff. Like I've seen the gun cops show up, and they don't show up with pistols. They seem to show up with like real deal SMGs and shit. They look hardcore, it's like a SWAT team. But every cop should have a gun. Yeah, I don't know how you can be a lawman without a gun.
Yeah. I Googled it. It wasn't the answer I was hoping for. They have something called a authorized firearm officer, and they can get there in 10 to 20 minutes. So that should take care of things.
Dude, if
eventually.
I can't imagine how quickly I'd be getting tired, getting chased by a knife wielder, and I know I've got like 13 more minutes of cardio I need to bang out.
No, Taylor, run toward the station, toward the police station.
Just like swallowing.
You know how I get lost.
Meanwhile, Ruta Cabana he's got great cardio.
I just turn around and open myself up like Obi-Wan. Or like
you strike me down. I will return more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Okay, that was a miscalculation.
Smart. This guy's not very good with the blade. He just is.
What are you gonna do? Stab me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sucks. They need to bring the guns back to their police. If you're gonna let them police other shit, they should probably be trustworthy enough for a gun, right? Otherwise, they're just a neighborhood watch. Like, hey, if it gets real, I'm going to call someone. You better believe it.
It depends. You might be somewhere where you're not allowed a weapon, but you are allowed a flashlight.
Are they going to start confiscating flashlights in the UK? Does it take us 130 or an hour and 34 minutes to
check your brightness there? Let's check your brightness. That's a 4-watt bulb. You don't need. Give me that.
This could make someone see colors, you know.
Close.
My best effort. I'm trying here.
Oh, I loved it.
I really appreciate the effort.
That was a Welsh accent, I believe. You were close, though.
Yeah, that was. You fuck up an English one, just say you're Welsh. That's perfect.
I'm trying to join in.
Yeah. I love it. I wish you'd jump in with accents more. Yeah, that is. I mean, they can't even have knives. There's no way they're going to give them bludgeons that kind of function as a flashlight. Like that's probably within the next couple of years they shut that down, right? Some dude's going to drive through a Christmas parade and then hop out bashing people with a mag light. And then they're going to be like, sorry, none of our residents can have these anymore. Just got to squint.
Outlawing knives to me feels adjacent to outlawing like hammers, thick sticks, stuff like that. I'm like, what do you, come on. Anything can be a weapon at some point.
It's like you're getting rid of something that is so functional. Like it was probably the first tool. Like what was a tool that would probably predate that? Like some guy, maybe a hammer. Maybe it was hammer, then knife. Some guy was like, hey, I put a really sharp shell on this stick, and now I can cut things.
Right.
I've
noticed that when I use the side of the hammer rock, it cuts.
Yeah.
I'm onto something here.
Yeah. There's no excuse for it. Our poor UK brothers, we gotta fight for them.
I just Googled, like, are flashlights legal in the UK? And it was like, well, most of the time. But it was like, if the flashlight could be considered tactical or perhaps used as a bludgeoning weapon, it may be considered to be offensive and confiscated by authorities. That's fucking bullshit. Fucking nanny state times 1,000. What a bunch of pussies.
That is so gay. You can't have a big flashlight.
That is so embarrassing. What?
They need to take their rights back. Their knife rights, their flashlight lights.
Whatever happened to England has been one of the greatest falls from grace and power in human history. Like the Roman Empire didn't just snuff out like that. Like it took thousands of years to go from its height to like the Byzantine thing. And like even when it split, it was two powerful things still. It wasn't embarrassing.
Still had the Holy Roman Empire.
But the UK has went from an empire that the sun can't set on because it spans the globe. They owned all of India, all of America, Canada, and they had their teeth sunk into South America to some extent. And now it's just an embarrassed island with a couple of territories scattered about, and they can't have flashlights and swords.
That does.
You guys gonna be walking around with that little candle with the little lens on top. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
That is.
Well, they're doing the thing. They're doing that thing in the parks where they have the female police officers dress sexy and run. And if anyone catcalls them, I think they're writing them tickets, but they might be arresting them.
No, it's not against the law. They just talk to them and embarrass them. Catcalling isn't against the law, but they're like, I don't want to say
what legal authority do they have to embarrass?
You got a knife epidemic and they're futzing around trying to.
Two women go jogging. I read about this one too. And if anyone catcalls them, they like tell on them. And then the police are like, what are you doing here? They pull them over and they talk to them.
Well, I was trying to get pussy until you showed up. Until you tricked me.
Is it illegal to have no game now?
Yes. Dude, some poor guy who is so socially awkward, so lonely, he finally is like, today's the day. I approach a woman and talk to her. And then he's like, evening, ma'am, do you jog here often? And then now he's like giving an interview. Poor guy. That's what I think's happening.
The knife thing's weird to me. It just seems like
catcalling's weird.
It's all weird.
No. The fact that they have an issue with knives, I can't wrap my head around. These are like ordinary tools to me. Like if someone had a reciprocating saw or fork or a knife, and they're like, no, the knife thing, that's bad. I get that they have a lot of knife crime, but it's a useful utensil that I use every day. And to like, and I know I said utensil, but like outside of like opening boxes and I don't know, the fucking reset button on every router you have, like the factory reset, like that's the stuff I use my knife for. And it's weird to me that someone would ever think that was eligible to be outlawed.
They're very two paths, and it was mostly jail. Almost all of them went to jail by the time I was 20. And like long-term jail for assault and robbery and attempted murder. Like the one guy, and like, this isn't a black people thing. It's just a criminal thing, but like no forethought, just action. Like this guy, no
name? Planning.
He was owed some money by the other guy, probably for some weed deal. We're talking about like $80 or something. And so him and his buddies roll up on him on the street. The guy's with his girlfriend on the sidewalk. They kidnap him off a sidewalk. And keep in mind, this isn't the mob. This is some idiots in like our country county. They kidnapped him off the street and they got him in the car, like 3 or 4 of them, and they beat him up with a hammer. Like they rough him up with like a hammer. And one of them's got a gun too, a machine gun. They have a machine gun and a hammer. So the girlfriend, of course, goes, 911. Yeah, my boyfriend was just kidnapped. A red Honda. Yeah, I know who's driving it and who's in the passenger seat and who's in the back seat. Yeah, they were heading toward McDonald's last I saw. Well, they just go to McDonald's and grab these guys. And now he's doing like 20 years for like armed robbery, kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon. And like, the list goes on. And then everybody in the car
cool with that hammer before it all went down. He's like, yeah, I'm cool.
I saw one the other day where this guy's open carrying in a gas station. And I've always said this about open carrying to like my friends and such. Like, somebody just grab that bitch off you when you're not looking. That's what happens. This white guy's in the gas station, open carrying, black guy pulls his pistol out of his holster and just steals it. And the guy's going, come on, man, don't do me like that. Give me my gun back. and give me my gun back. And he follows the guy out into the parking lot and I guess tries to wrestle his gun back away from the black guy.
Bad move.
Black guy shoots him 20 times. like you hear the gunshots from inside. I
questioned the magazine.
He had just stolen.
Most.
He had stolen the firearm. He wanted to test it out.
He had an extended mag.
Yeah, you could hear it in the parking lot.
Okay. Smartest question I've asked all night. Did he live?
Oh, he definitely died. Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be carrying my gun holster style like a cowboy where someone could just come up behind me and grab it. But also
a lot of people do.
You know, that seems pretty
I don't
silly.
Like if I walk around the Raleigh area, I think I can count the number of open carries I've seen on one hand, maybe a little more.
I've seen more open carries than that. I mean, all three of us should have seen a lot, like Georgia, Missouri, North Carolina, but I've never seen open carry with like a just straight up hanging off your hip that someone could grab out of.
Oh yeah, this guy had it in his back pocket. By the way,
what kind of open carry are you talking about? If it's not on your hip, like
it was on the hip, but it has that little strap over it.
I see what
retention
you're saying.
holster. Yeah. Well, a lot of people use retention.
Well, Kyle, should I understand and wish to proceed on this video?
Yeah, you should. So this guy literally has his pistol in his back left jean pocket, just stuck in there, and the guy grabs it out of there and eventually kills him there. You don't see him die on camera. You just see sort of like the first half of the confrontation, and then they go out into the parking lot, and it's off camera. But yeah, a lot of people just carry those things in old style leather holsters and stuff. Not even retention holsters.
I've told fucking retard having that in his back pocket.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. I've absolutely seen people do that.
That's ridiculous. It's still a gun. Like, be an adult about it. Like,
I mean, if somebody's there to do harm, if they're there to rob a place or shoot up a place and they see you, you're the first target.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're the first one they're going to either shoot in the back or do what happened here, and they'll just take your gun off of you like a child. He should have had a backup gun.
That was so many shots fired.
It goes on forever.
Yeah, I don't know why I guess it's the recording device. It didn't sound like normal shots to me. They're almost like a popping sound than a banging sound. But
yeah,
it must be the camera.
I think it's the gas station audio.
Yeah. Plus they're outside. The camera's inside. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
don't do that.
What's the UK version of someone pulling your pistol out of your back pocket at the gas station and murdering you with it?
They pull a spoon on you.
Yeah. Someone like finds you trying to repair something and they snatch your screwdriver.
That's my corkscrew. Don't take my
it's
corkscrew.
Me fucking corkscrew, mate. Don't take me corkscrew. I'll call the bobbies on you. They'll show up here, they'll get a good look, and then they'll make a call, and within 40-50 minutes there'll be a fella around here with the pieces in place to take care of it.
Even if you did like take knives away, knives are like a level of dangerous. What if I carried a Phillips head screwdriver or a hammer? Like knives aren't that much more dangerous than those things.
I don't know.
You're right. If you're trying to randomly assault someone who's unsuspecting, a hammer is really no worse than a knife. Like, so they're just kind of hemming themselves into a corner here.
Head to your lungs is a problem.
Fuck you up. Yeah.
Right,
most useful tools are made of metal and could fuck you up if the person holding it has a desire to. And so the idea you're banning baseline tools.
If we're doing some sort of gladiatorial games and there's a knife and a hammer, I'm taking the knife every time.
Casually got stabbed.
It's a very, very common thing in Scotland. It was actually really fucking bad here for a very long time. It got to the point where if you got caught with a knife, it was 6 months mandatory sentence. Like no ifs, no buts, 6 months. And then the prisons filled up really fucking quickly, and they had to like dial that back.
I have a question.
Yeah, we were the murder capital of Western Europe.
When they say no knife, does that apply to shorter knives and multi-tools and stuff? Like
you can be arrested for having a multi-tool. Yeah,
that's insane.
That's really bonkers.
What if
there was a guy in Aberdeen that got arrested for having a potato peeler. Google it. Like, it's the thing is, see if you're fishing or hunting or camping, it's then down to the police officer's discretion.
Like, without moving my chair, I can reach 5 knives and 3 axes.
Well, keep them there, and you won't have any problems.
You won't have the Scottish authorities breathing down your neck.
It's weird to me that they have laws against just like sharpened edges. Like that's
We have them here.
because we
can't walk the
don't have
streets with a blade, and
They don't have a constitution.
right?
I have a multi-tool in my pocket always.
Yeah,
No, you
that's
get
a
rid
big
of that,
difference. Don't we have like a 3-inch limit on the blade that you can carry?
It's
or
something like I have 3.5 in my head, but I'm low confidence. Yeah,
That's interesting though, because there's constitutional carry of firearms in so many places where you can just strap that bitch on your hip. Does it pertain to swords? Can I throw a katana on my back?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah,
Sure.
The one question I got wrong on my concealed carry
Pretty
was
sure.
that it enables me to carry knives. It doesn't.
Oh, I thought you could just carry knives and like by default,
I'm going by that. You know,
I don't think
or
so.
maybe like special knives, like the ones that they do have limits on, like butterfly knives or those like ones that shoot out. Like I know they have laws about those, right?
Why are butterfly knives like illegal, but you could walk down the street with the big fucking like crocodile
AR-15.
Dundee fucking
It's got to
thing?
be something from movies where that it's something that got legislated because somebody saw something scary in a movie. It has nothing to do with the danger.
I bet you're
butterfly
100%
knife.
right.
It totally is. It's the same to switchblades, right? Every bad guy in a movie is like flick. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a bad knife.
Well-
Bad knife.
see the weird thing about it is like see all these things in Scotland, you can buy them. You can buy them and you can have them in your house. The instant you leave your garden, you're breaking the law.
how do you get
That's
it
true
home?
here of a lot of things. So there's
That's
a lot
a
of
bit-
things we sell here as paperweights that are just bludgeoning weapons. And like Amazon's got plenty of them. There's plenty of paperweight brass knuckles or like blackjacks or all sorts of little bludgeoning tools and instruments.
They're all illegal here. See, even like the spring batons, like the police use,
Yeah.
totally illegal. Not allowed them. You're not allowed pepper spray. You're not allowed tasers.
A cricket bat.
A cricket bat for playing cricket. Yeah,
Of
you're
course,
allowed
that's
that.
what it's for.
Yeah, of course. Well, what was it? What was it they say? Oh, if you keep a baseball bat in your car, also keep a mitt. Your lawyer
Yeah.
will thank you. Yeah.
But
So it's
and like if I'm ever showed up to beat somebody up with a baseball bat, I'm wearing my uniform. I got cleats on. I
Meanwhile,
got
you're like
shoe
36 years old. You haven't played baseball in 18 years.
It's like that gang for the
Hey,
Warriors.
come at me.
Doesn't fit right.
I'm wearing that fucking like the whole uniform to court too. It came at me when I was playing ball. What were you playing, sir?
See,
Irrelevant.
It's my made up game.
speaking of weapons, because there's a lot of street violence in Scotland, that's why it was like all that stuff was like horrendously like illegal. You would get immediate time for it. But there was one big fight I was in because, like I said, like youths, we're from here, you're not from here. We don't want you here. And then the fight would start. Well, there was a fight where there was all of us and there was all of them. Everyone always goes like, oh, why are you talking about shit like this on stream? This is Scotland. This is just what people did growing up. Like, fucking, this is just the way things are here. But a guy turned up to a fight with a step ladder. A little step ladder, like a little 3-step step ladder. And we are all laughing at him and pointing at him, going like that. What the fuck? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? And then we all charged into each other. I got knocked out with a step ladder. at least allegedly, I don't remember a fucking thing. I don't remember shit. Like, I just remember like sort of waking up like after it, and I'm sort of like body jerking around and shit like that, and all my friends are going, "Fucking hell, man! Your head ate that fucking step ladder, man! Like you got fucked up."
A street gang in Scotland just like rolling in office chairs.
Various things from the supply
16
cupboard.
people going backwards.
A stapler.
You're eating like chicken legs, like but the bones are slightly sharp.
I do like the idea that they all have staplers, whipping them around like nunchucks.
like they're the jets, snapping at you, swinging staplers around. I bet you can fuck somebody up with a stapler.
It's just the weapon laws here are just like fucking so strict. Like firearms are just completely gone. Like none at all. It's like you get people as well that go, no, you can like get a shotgun and you can get like you can apply for a license, but like to meet the requirements, it's just not possible. The only way that you ever meet the requirements for any type of firearms, like pistols, full ban. Pistols are completely banned. You're not allowed them full stop. But like you can get like a deer hunting rifle or a shotgun, but the hoops and requirements you have to meet are so strict that like nobody gets it. And in order to get those licenses, you would have to have never even breathed near a police officer in your entire life. Like I got my you see even an air rifle, like a little 2.2 spring loaded like air rifle, you need a license for that as well. And my license got rejected, not for the Nazi pug stuff, not for the fucking fighting or anything like that, but because when I was 17, I was caught drinking in the street. That's why my license
disallows you forever from owning a hunting rifle
for something that happened like 15 years prior. So not even a hunting rifle, a 2.2 air rifle. This thing would give a deer a slight bruise. Right? It's just.
I mean, I'm pretty sure those are in the toy section in America.
Yeah, if you shot me with that, you would hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
and then Woody would respond with a real weapon. Woody'd be like, "That's neat. Here's my gun." Like,
no, the reason they got banned was this happened in Glasgow. There was firefighters attending like a building that was on fire, and everyone was crowded round to watch. And some dickhead was firing an air rifle at the firefighters, but then he hit like this. He hit like this 2-year-old boy in the head, and the 2-year-old boy ended up dying. And because of that, all air rifles absolutely banned. So basically, there was shit tons of hobbyists like all over Scotland, and it was like a pretty expensive industry. It was pulling in like a few million like every year and everything like that. But now it's completely, utterly shut down because, like I said, the hoops you need to jump through, the requirements, like nobody could fucking meet them. But that was the plan. Like that was the plan, like to take everyone's fucking guns away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
that
stuck on
sucks.
the knife thing because they're really useful tools.
Yeah, like I've got a little one I use for fishing and everything as well. But like again, even if I'm fishing and I get caught with that knife, it's down to the officer's discretion.
So I was going to ask about that. Like, are officers like, well, this guy's clearly fishing. It's a fillet knife.
So some will be complete dicks. There are a lot of our police officers are like, everyone talks about like police officers on power trips in America. Ours are so much worse, and it's a lot to do with
it's a lot worse.
What is worse about
them? Police officers in Scotland tend to be Protestants. which is us going back into that whole thing again.
Yeah.
And if you've got an Irish last name, then you might be in a little bit of trouble.
Really? So they find somebody they find an O'Malley, in the middle of the lake. He's more likely to get in trouble than Smith.
They deny that shit happens. They deny it happens, but it fucking happens. It happens.
Huh. Well, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like not being able to have knives is so fucking foreign and bizarre. Because like when you think about a knife, like where in the list when you just think knife, Woody, do you think stabbing someone? It's so low. You think like, when I think it's like, I keep a knife that would be illegal where Dank is right near my front door, and its only purpose is boxes. Purpose is boxes.
Oh my God. Right now, I hardly leave bed because my leg's broken. But normally, I use my knife every day, and it's almost all on Amazon boxes.
Yeah,
it's something.
It's removing such a utility. Like what?
Yeah,
sometimes you need a knife.
The concept of a sharpened edge being illegal, I know, but the concept of a sharpened edge being illegal is so weird. It's like outlawing subtraction. Like what?
Yeah.
No, this is. Cavemen figured this shit out.
I don't know what the laws are there, but I'm guessing that it's illegal for him to have a knife that he doesn't need for work outside his home, right?
Well, you missed what Dank said in that, like, it's up to the cop's discretion. So if you have a multi-tool that you use to pull the hook out of a fish's mouth, if that cop doesn't like you, he can arrest you while you're fishing.
You shouldn't have that. That can kill people, because then what'll happen is there'll be the fucking, all of a sudden there'll be a gang called the Leathermen. And all they'll do is fucking look. If you want to kill somebody with a Leatherman, man, you'll absolutely make it happen. A Leatherman is a sturdier knife than that green piece of shit there.
But what he was saying was that if you go fishing and you have, what a fishing knife looks like. Probably the audience does too. It's a special fillet thing, and it's clearly a purpose-built fishing knife. It's up to the officer's discretion. If you're in a rowboat in this situation, the officer might be like, "No, I don't think you should have that knife." It's like, clearly this knife has utility for what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be
what
repercussion for you in the legal system down the road, though, right? You'll get to the court, and the judge will be like, well, was he on a fishing boat? Yeah. Did he have fish? Yeah. Was he cleaning the fish with a knife? Yeah. I think it's a fishing knife, officer.
Yeah, but the thing is, you still get arrested and you still get fucking your knife confiscated and you still have to go to court and all that stuff, and that shit just shouldn't happen.
Cost you money.
It does, though. I mean, I got arrested for like carrying that pistol that time. They're like, your permit doesn't work, and it's like, you say so. I mean, you do have handcuffs,
and you have a gun also.
And did you have a concealed carry?
Oh yeah, I was 1,000% legal. Yeah.
I didn't know if you were open carrying or something.
I was open carrying, but it doesn't matter in Georgia. Like I have a permit to carry a handgun.
Yeah, in North Carolina, you don't need a permit to open carry unless it's changed. I could be out of date. Concealed, yes, but open, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there wasn't a distinction here at the time. Like I even made that point. I was like, open carrying is the more kind way to carry. like as far as law is concerned, I'm like, I got it out here for all to see. I'm not hiding a damn thing because I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing. That's what I'm implying by my actions here.
Sure.
I walked into a Walmart wearing a Ruger, sir. If I was up to no good, I wouldn't have been playing fucking Spyro in the video game section with my cousin. All right,
and you wouldn't have picked a Georgia Walmart because you're not the only guy there with a Ruger.
We're in Hartwell, Georgia. Okay, like my odds of getting out of here are slim.
Yeah, if I start shooting, I'm not making it past home.
The good old boys in the parking lot are gonna slay me, dude. You go to a southern Walmart parking lot at 11 p.m. at night. There's a crowd of guys out there who will gun you down. It'll be a firing squad. They're all in their jacked up trucks with chew in their mouth, trying to fuck some hillbilly.
Yeah,
and they all got
part
guns.
of their culture and to be respected.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really think about how everyone else had one, but yeah. And in North Carolina, every so often I see someone open carry, but somehow they're able to vibe. I do this all the time, like
especially the old guys.
Yeah, even I saw young ones open carrying recently, and they had this. Like, if you have a problem, this is really a you problem. I do this every day vibe about them. And they were like 24. And I was like, okay, I don't know. It wasn't alarming because they didn't seem to give a fuck.
No, I don't mind it at all. And people try to make that a racial issue sometimes. They're like, oh, they're all about gun rights until we want one. And I'm like, I love seeing black people with guns. We want as many, as an ex-gun owner, we want as many black gun owners as we can get. We'd love for you to be part of the fun that is gun ownership. Like they're for defending your rights, and y'all get your rights trampled on more than anybody.
You shouldn't be able to vote unless you own guns.
They've got it. You're close. You're close. I have something similar where I can't vote or own guns. So you move those pieces around.
Yeah, we can double negative that back into some parlay it.
Is it just me, or do British gangsters or hooligans or whatever seem less intimidating? Right? Like
this again.
I'm sure it's not. Is it just me? God, yes, I see like 6 people picking on a girl in a movie and think if I was there, I'd beat up all those pasty fucks on her behalf.
They would take off their caps with razors in it and swish you right across the face.
Michael,
then they'd have a nice
disagree.
Beans on toast to celebrate.
What does he know about fighting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of. I would. They're still tough.
I'm sure they are. Like intellectually, I know I'm wrong, but emotionally, this freaking pale skin, slightly chubby, cheesy.
Okay, pale skin. You see a bunch of Eastern Europeans or Russians in tracksuits doing that. Do you feel as confident?
No.
Those guys would fuck you up. Do you know how much strength it builds to not have public benches? To always be squatting?
Every day is leg day.
Every day is leg day. They run like jackals. Just like that.
On their hands and feet.
Forward, back, hands and knees.
It's like orangutans.
They call that a Slav sprint. That'll be funny one day when they're doing the sprint and someone in fucking Ukraine finally figured out, like, so you can use the all 4 limbs in this. It's like, well, that's unorthodox. I mean, the Kenyans who have won this every year for the last since we included Kenya is they're doing very well on 2 legs. They're going to start dominating. They're going to figure out their frog-like propulsion.
They're going to use some sort of leopard stride.
They will, yeah. It's just a leopard stride where their hands are finishing behind where their feet leap.
Like curl.
And here we see how the Slav maintains its incredible speed. Fueled on nothing but anger at the late Soviet Union and vodka.
I'm told even his house had no chairs.
He makes his way quickly for the metal bat in the back of the Russian.
He did not see a chair until he was a man grown. Yeah, he's great.
Do you, as an Englishman, have any animosity towards Scots or Irish, like in modern day? Like, is there any of that?
There is, but it's performative. And even me saying that, a Scottish person or an Irish person would be like, no, it's fucking not, pal. It's not performative at all. And they'll get up in arms about that, but you know it is. It's like a beef that we have, but it's not really a beef. It's just...
I imagine it being like SEC football.
Yeah, yeah. Like if we were both in a foreign country, we'd get along like we're the same thing. That's the
like
way
if
I
Scotland's
like
playing England in a soccer match, does that get like heated and physical?
Yes. It's like a big thing. It's a big deal. It's like, yes, like Scottish people routinely root against England in the World Cup because they never make the World Cup. So they just spend their whole World Cup experience watching England and hoping that they lose, basically. Yeah, but the way I put it is if like a Scottish, Irish, and English person were in a bar in Thailand, they would get along like they're the same thing. But back home, we're completely different things that are at each other's necks. Like it's not really that way, but it is. It's like a culture of mild hatred. I don't know. And it's not really that crazy. We get along if we're in person, but over social media, it's like a big patriotic thing against each other.
I wouldn't think the Scots would be as bad. Like I would imagine a little bit of animosity with the Irish.
Yeah, Scottish and Irish get along. English and Irish is obviously going to be a beef because we tried to make their people extinct. Crazy over exaggeration from them. Really nothing in hindsight, but yeah, the Scottish thing.
I remember some bombings.
Yeah. There was something.
I'm pretty sure the potato famine. That was a pretty rough one.
You know what's crazy? If we saw an Irish person when we were kids, and this is as young as me, which goes to show how kind of recent this was. Like it was in the 1900s or the 18. It wasn't that long ago that we were still kind of heavily prosecuting the Irish with the Northern Ireland thing.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, if you saw an Irish person, you would go, potato! That's what you would do. It was a common thing. There was a comedian on TV in the UK called Keith Lemon. And if he ever saw an Irish person, he would say, potato, potato. And like it was a tick, like a Tourette's thing to mention it, which is kind of insane. But, I don't know why they're so bitter against us.
You don't know why?
It's the generations of murder, rape, pillaging, and
Kyle, you should be furious. You're more Irish than Woody or I.
My people left the home country several hundred years ago. I owe no allegiance to Ireland, the country that couldn't bother to fight in World War II.
Yeah, wait, you're not more Irish than me, are you? How Irish are you?
100%, like 70%.
Damn.
Oh, I don't know.
I could look it up. I think it's like 70%.
Wait. Are you including your English in there?
No, it's like 70% Irish and then like 25% English or something. 99.7% European. All right, British and Irish. 90 is 63%. It seems like most of my ancestors hail from
mostly Irish,
London and Dublin, Ireland. Yeah. 16% French and German. A little bit of Scandinavian. Some
the classic self-hating Irishman.
Yeah. Yes, just a speck. No, it was a speck of Spanish and Portuguese. Just a little, just a taste.
Did you say speck on purpose for that one?
I did.
It took me a second to catch on.
Here's the most interesting thing out of the whole thing. So I also did I could show you like the screenshots of like all the traits, but it's
Mhm.
literally like nothing bad and everything good. It's kind of boring.
Where's the Neanderthal part? That
Right here. Yeah, that spoiler alert. I have 315 Neanderthal
that
variants.
silhouette picture.
This is more than 95% of 23andMe customers. I have more Neanderthal variants than 95% of the people who have ever been tested.
And you're still only in second place on this podcast.
Words hurt, Taylor.
Yeah.
Like I had a relative who was like 60% more, obviously because they're a relative and they had the same descendants. But both of my parents have Neanderthal traits, so I get like a double dose. Where like she was like 60% or something, or like she was like 200 traits, and that made up like more than 70% of the people who had been tested. I'm at 315. The highest ever tested is 340.
I look forward to where the memes are going on this.
Good for you, man. Dude, being high Neanderthal, that's good. They were smarter than us. You know,
Were
they
they?
were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like that's why I say I'm the whitest of the whites.
Damn.
You are. That is quite the white. The Irish are the whitest of the whites. They are. They're up there. Other than the Swedes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Hitler.
I think I'm only
Germans see it that
5%
way.
Irish. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Germans were like larpers as whites. They ain't really whites like that. You know what I mean? They are, but come on.
They
This
seem
man
real
knows
white
what's
to
up.
me.
You see this echoing my very words. See, I was explaining the other day. They were like, "Oh yeah, all of fucking Europe is white." And I'm
No, they're not, dude. I'm
like,
sorry. This
capital
is a
W, they're
very
not
yeah. I agree.
lowercase white.
This is a very special club, and not just anybody can get in. Okay,
How is German not
Italians? I'm looking at you. Okay, all right. You are not.
Whoa, that
You
If
settle down,
once-
Darky. No one wants to hear your opinion.
Once we get to Slovakia, I'm on the edge. To be honest with you,
Polish
Poland,
people
maybe.
Are Russians
Yeah,
white?
but they're more Slavic. I don't know. It's Russians. They're different variants.
that's also white though.
It
The
is,
Slavs?
but it's not white as is. Do you know what I'm saying?
I guess I don't because I'm a mutt from America, but
Okay.
I got to learn more about the UK. Pretty much everything I know about the UK comes from Top Gear, Clarkson's Farm, and Jeremy Clarkson, and then jokes on South Park.
Yeah,
And that's about
South
it.
Park's Oliver Twist thing was real bad press for us. I don't know if you remember that when he went
Pip?
met Pip from Oliver
Yeah.
Twist. Oh, metal newspaper! What do you need a metal newspaper for? All of that. So the teeth. I mean, come on, guys. These ain't that bad.
No,
Not
yours
bad
are
at
good.
all.
Yeah.
I mean, you're an
I have the
outlier.
best
What do you
people
want?
in
What do you
the
want?
UK. Number one. I'm actually number one. In the UK, I'm an 11 out of 10. It's actually an insane status that I have here.
But are you
Mm.
you pure English? You got some Irish ancestry with that ginge?
Yeah, I got some ginge in me. I'm a bit of a day walker. No, I'm like I did an ancestry test. My mum is Welsh, my dad's English, but there's like some Norwegian and Irish in me, little percentages of Norwegian and
Ooh,
Irish. But I'm
not quite.
Welsh and English. Yeah, they say it's pure. Is what they're
I'm
calling it
also
these
pure
days.
blood. I want to get these two to do the full genetic
right,
thing
stop
so that we can have
Russian?
a full breakdown. No, it's like almost all Irish and English with a little
Yeah.
bit of like Norwegian shit and some Slovenian somehow.
Oh, wow.
Mm. What
Slovenia.
band is that now? Isn't 23andMe out of
Yeah,
business? Or there's still ones going?
Ancestry,
Hmm.
I think is the one. I
Oh,
use.
Ancestry.com. Okay. Taylor.
You do have guns, to be fair. That is
Can't you
true.
guys have like what's the UK? Can't you guys get like hunting rifles, like regular like 30-30s or something? Like
Depends where you live. You know people that have guns in the UK. Some friend of a this, of a that has a gun, typically. But most of the time you'll have like a rifle, but you're only allowed certain types of bullets to go with it, and it can only fire certain types of bullets. Something like a 2.2 rifle or something. And then if you're in the farmlands and if you're in the country, you can have like some pretty decent weaponry. I'm pretty sure if you have need for it, like pests and stuff like that. As far as even rabbits, like you can.
that.
If
I mean,
you are responsible for livestock, you can have guns.
You can buy a minigun here.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. I know. It's the land of the fucking free. Don't need to remind me, mate. It's
So,
so
like,
horrible over here. I hate it.
What caliber are you allowed there? Like 22 can't be the max. That's insane. Like, because I know people deer hunt there, which means they need at least a 308, Kyle?
Yeah, I guess something along those lines. I don't know. I have no idea what a fucking caliber is, to be honest with you. That's how much it's been beaten out of me. The possibility of owning one.
Caliber is roughly the diameter of the barrel and bullet.
I know what the caliber is, but I don't know what the caliber is. You know what I'm saying? Or what
I'm
caliber's
sorry.
what.
I understand now. Yeah.
I know what a 4570 is, you know.
Oh, that's
UFC
a 4570 government?
Is
that
it?
what it's
Okay.
called?
Yeah, something like that. A UFC fighter threatened to shoot someone by saying, all I need is I'm going to bring my 4570. That's all I'm going to need, 4570. That's all I'm going to say, 4570. He kept just like reciting a caliber of gun.
It's not a common caliber.
Isn't
I know,
that
it's like an ominous way of
That's a
threatening
large
to shoot
caliber.
someone. Wow, there you go. That would explain it.
It's an old cowboy rifle.
Yeah, it was Kevin Holland. UFC fighter Kevin Holland was getting into it with Rampage Jackson on his podcast. It was one of my viral videos covering it. And Rampage was like talking to him. They had some beef, and he just kept saying 4570.
The roads aren't even nice. Like, get it together.
Ours are.
Yours are nice in Atlanta.
Atlanta has
our roads in St. Well,
Atlanta
actually, if you're out in the suburbs of St. Louis, like the roads are nice. It's like if I go to a Blues game, it looks like a Ukraine war zone.
I'm sorry.
I travel a bunch. The states that have better climates have better roads, and I think that's a huge part of it.
You're so right. It's the salting and the freezing. If you have multiple freezes, if they ever have to scrape and if they ever have to salt, you have a completely different playing field, and it's not fair from anybody in Texas to say shit. Texas ought to have better roads. I'll say this: there's some parts of Texas, it's pristine. It's like y'all spent so much money on this highway. There's not even enough people out here to justify this. Thank you so much. Like, I felt appreciative at times.
Nice.
You know when you change from like rough road to that smooth black asphalt, and it just goes. Like the car gets quieter and smoother. That's what Texas highways are like sometimes. Like maybe not when it's when you're going through when you're going through like refinery country and you see like the burners like burning the exhaust fumes at night. Those aren't the good roads, all right? That's not what I'm talking about. But like out where you need a brush guard to make sure the deer doesn't kill you and your family, so you gotta splatter them bitches. Those are some nice ass 2-lane roads.
You know what else Texas has that's nice and infrastructure, and like let's say the West, they're freight trains. Good God. So I learned about this recently. Freight trains used to be 5,000 feet long max because a huge part of freight train operations was moving coal, which is heavy. So they have these shorter 50-foot long, there's a word for the cart, but whatever, the little cart. Now those carts went from 50 feet to like 200 feet on the big ones. And they're not moving coal, which is dense and heavy. They're moving like Amazon packages and shit like that, which is mostly air. So these trains went from 5,000 feet to 15,000 feet, nearly 3 miles long. And they blew my mind when I waited like minutes and minutes and minutes for them to go by. Like, I'm putting my kickstand down, turning off the engine, and just watching train for a while because there's nothing else I'm going to do. They're so long. They're so huge. But oh, and by the way, they're double stacked. Like you picture a train with a freaking shipping crate on it. 2 shipping crates. They're double tall. And I'm trying to like roughly turn out an estimate of how many semis are not on the road because of this train. This train, is it 700? Is it 1,000 semis it prevented from going from one place to another? It's huge.
Well, the thing you need to consider is that where that arrives, there are thousands of trucks.
Yeah, distribution centers.
Like,
but
it's arriving at a DC.
But nonetheless, it's a lot more efficient in every single way than
Just
having
pushes those trucks into a metro area
where they belong.
No, it's 100% more efficient. I'm just joking around. Like, trains are cool, and we need more trains. And I always see shit about like, oh, Europe has all these trains, dude. Fucking look at the size of France. Like, that's like. Get real. Like, if our whole country was the size of Montana, we'd have like some pretty robust
Taylor, let's pretend that our audience is stupid. How big is France? Like,
it's
for them.
Is it even
How many states?
as big
guess-
as Texas?
I have in my head
I
it's
think
much
it's
No.
larger than Texas.
No, it's definitely not as big as Texas. All right, here's my guess.
wow,
All right,
one of
look,
us is right.
Hang on, I want to guess.
Find out.
I want to guess,
Yeah,
and
let's guess.
I'm gonna use states to like describe how big it is. My take is, and I could be wrong here. I think that France is smaller than Florida. I think that France is smaller than Florida.
I'm going with
All right.
Texas, Oklahoma combined.
All right, Woody thinks that France is gigantic, one of the biggest countries on the planet. All right, Taylor.
I think that Texas is. Now that you said I think that it is about 3/4 the size of Texas. Not quite as big as Texas.
Oh, I've won so easily. Jack,
Have
show,
you?
show us how big France is.
I-
Fuck! It's huge.
I win! No,
Wow.
damn, fuck. Yes, no.
I feel
yes.
like I think
It's
Taylor's
so
right.
big.
I'm seeing about 3/4
Genius.
Texas, maybe slightly more, but certainly not throwing Oklahoma.
What's the percentage? What's the percentage of size?
Hell, it
Zach,
looks like
it.
It looks like exactly what you said.
Oh, he says about the
75%.
same.
Okay, it's actually about the same because you got all those overlapping parts. It looks like
No.
Texas is a bit bigger. Texas is
And I did
definitely
not
bigger.
think it was that big. Yeah, we just don't know shit. Well,
Oh
I
wait,
don't know
I'm
shit
looking
about
at the
geography.
words on the side. Does it tell us?
Oh, it's like economic status, diversity. I don't care
Yeah,
about that. Give me like better
Current
numbers.
land governed in square miles. There, 248,000 square miles.
And 268 for Texas. Yeah, so more. Call them pretty close. Okay.
It's incredibly close. Wow,
Okay.
I thought it was so much smaller than that.
There was a point when
11
Kyle
more.
out. Okay, everyone, remember this. Woody thinks France is very large. I'm like, I still do though.
Now it's definitely way bigger than Florida.
It's way bigger than
Texas.
all right,
Is that? Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about how big Florida.
Are you thinking of Italy?
Show me in
You thinking-
Florida.
You might be thinking of maybe economically it's comparable to Florida.
No, I'm picturing it on a map. I'm just wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
I bet France's economy is bigger than any of our individual states.
I see. I would
No, I bet
beg to differ
California's
there as
bigger.
well. I would beg to differ there.
This
as
is
well.
fun. Okay, so
All right. I want to
I,
do California's GDP is bigger than France's.
I say
All right,
that-
all right. That's an easy one. You are 1,000% right on that.
Okay.
I know
California's
that I know that California's GDP is smaller than Germany's, and that France is what the second largest economy in the EU. So I'm gonna say France is still above California. I'm gonna say it. Give us the answers. Zach. Give us. I can't wait.
I think it's the same page you had up. We'll have GDP numbers.
Damn. I hope I'm a genius twice.
I would think
'Cause-
California is ahead. I would side with Woody on this one. I would
Okay.
think California is ahead of France.
But I know Germany has a bigger economy than California. And so
I can
that's an
believe
EU
that.
country, but how much bigger is Germany's
They're
economy
German.
than France? Germany's very good at work and like keeping things on time, and like if they could just get past a couple
Why do we
things,
keep
like we should
letting
really
them get back to this point?
because they're fucking good at organizing shit. How long does it take them after every world war to be like, oh, is everyone still trying to pick up the pieces? Oh, do you need to buy like some electronics or something? Like this is a little embarrassing. We lost and we're
Did we-
doing great. Like
did we rebuild like the parts of like Germany or I guess East Germany that did we rebuild that for them? Did we like
no, they did it.
did we fund it somehow with like interest free loans? Like
I do know this. I do know that
they weren't doing
economically-
well. Like how do they like?
No,
okay,
East Germany.
everyone, gather round, get the cement. Yeah.
Zach, where are we going to get our
Good.
GDP numbers? Do you need? I can look it up.
GDP numbers. Okay, I can.
After the First World War, let's see. France's GDP is bigger than New York, Florida, and Texas, but not California.
All right, go back and remove that.
All right.
Edit out
If
the
you
part
could
where
remove
Taylor's
that-
wrong.
If you could remove that part where I thought that Florida was bigger than France,
Oh, that's funny.
that'd be swell. That's the dumbest thing I've said in a coon.
Hey,
joke.
I was fucking close.
Oh, I thought about that. So my water line still.
California's
leaks in my
annual
yard.
GDP is about 2.8 trillion, which is roughly the same as France's GDP of about 2.9 trillion.
Wait, so did you say you're right?
Wait.
The Korea Trade Investment Promotion Agency says economic data from 229 countries tracked by the U.S. Department of Commerce Bureau of Economic Analysis and the CIA World Fact Book were compared to countries with GDPs of the same sizes as GDP of the United States. California's annual GDP is about 2.8 trillion, which is roughly the same size as France's GDP of about 2.9 trillion.
What? You won by 0.1 trillion?
I'm a genius.
That's neck and neck.
I'm a genius, just an absolute genius. Just a genius guesser. See, you can tell the link's real because it doesn't even include the last part. I trust the Koreans.
Kostrasvit.org.
It's literally look.org. That's science. That's fact. Taylor's opinions. Yeah. Dot fun. Yeah.
I think this is a Taylor's house URL.
No, you can't prove
I'm not
this.
buying it.
No, man, that is so awesome that this filled right into my agenda.
God damn it.
Does California have a
French
bigger economy
fuckers.
than France?
You don't think of the French as being productive, you know? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, they love cigarettes.
I've been watching a YouTube channel that they're so nitty gritty. I think there's something wrong with this guy. Basically, what they do is they look at all of the video out of Ukraine, and this guy is like tracking the M67 hand grenades from Canada and the US that had been shipped to the Ukraine, and he's talking about like you can see the batch number if you look closely here in his hand. These came from Canada. Oh, and here, this batch number is the second known batch number. These are US M67s. And if you look here, they're cited as 25,000 of them being shipped on April 17th. And he's like tracking all this stuff. And then he got to the French hand grenade. The French hand grenade was beautiful. The French hand grenade, like the pin was like anodized and mirrored a little bit, and like the grenade
just
body,
looked great.
it was shiny, and like the American grenade looks like a. First of all, it's an older grenade that we don't use anymore. It's the M67 baseball grenade. If you know from Tarkov, it's the one with a very long fuse, very round and baseball like 5 second fuse. Essentially, they're old Vietnam era grenades.
I thought they were football shaped and kind of waffle on the outside. Am I describing?
That is a different kind of hand grenade that's and that's more like an F1 that you're describing, I think. But nonetheless, the M67 is like a round baseball grenade, and that's what they're sending them in huge quantities. But then the French thing had like this shiny, mirrory, anodized spoon, and the whole thing was like olive green, but with a little lacquer on it. So ours was just flat and dull, and it kills people.
Boring.
And theirs was like kill people with style. It was just a little bit nicer.
I mean, the French know food really well. I would put like definitely behind Italy. Italy's number one in Europe of food. Italy may be number one in the world for food, as far as just total amount of variety.
You know the Chinese invented pizza, right?
I mean, who would give a shit? Like the Italians
and pasta
perfected it.
and pasta. Like what did you people even come up with?
Honestly,
you Italian people.
I'm not Italian. I'm not an actual Italian. I'm an American mutt
with your Dago mustache,
Dago mustache, and your
greasy
greasy
hair.
I
do have very greasy hair.
I like American food. When I leave America, it's all carbs.
Describe American food.
American food is meat heavy, and sometimes just meat on a plate. You know, I like that. When I go to Mexico, oh my God, it's just a bunch of fucking carbs. Like, oh, do you want like gravy on rice with some sort of bread to scoop it up and a rumor
Beans.
about chicken? Yeah, beans.
You know why, right? It's because
Poverty,
most of the world can't afford meat, and most of the world gets their protein from chickpeas and shit. Because
when you go to Japan, it's like rice heavy, some sort of bread heavy, and then a meat that you don't like fucking goose or something like that. Like it's
they eat a
greasy,
ton of fish.
Oh, they eat a lot of duck. Unfortunately, I do not like
duck. Is great, man. You really don't like duck?
I might have been prepared poorly.
I need to have well prepared duck. I've only had like scrub duck, but I'll. Here's the thing: when I go to a nice restaurant, it's like, man, am I gonna risk it with the $95 duck?
Yeah,
or
am I gonna biscuit? Like,
or am I gonna get that steak that they've had hanging back there,
Team
like
Kyle. Yeah,
for 6 weeks or whatever?
If they make their name on, you know.
I mean, if I'm going to a Japanese place, I'm 100% getting sushi. Like, I'm not gonna order beef. If I go to a hibachi place and it's more of like everybody's ordering stuff at that hibachi stand, yeah, I'll get like beef or something spicy, but. If I'm just going to a Japanese place, it's sushi, or actually better than that, sashimi, which is exactly what Woody said he liked, which is just slices of raw fish on a plate. There's no rice. There's wasabi. There's soy sauce.
like
and there's usually
nigiri.
some you like nigiri more. I like them both.
Is it nigiri or is it nigiri? Because I just couldn't imagine a Japanese person saying nigiri.
I
That's
always
racist.
said nigiri. I thought that's what because jiri. I don't know. Maybe it is nigiri.
I think
thought it was
Taylor's
nigiri.
coming off a little racist in this. You say
I don't think so.
what
I
now?
think I'm expressing my love for Japanese
Say
culture. That
it,
can't be
but with
racist.
like a Mississippi accent.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I'm even hesitant to say vinegar with a southern accent. That's
Man,
a
you
risky
got to
place,
go deep
folks. That's risky.
each one of them. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Well, really,
No, it
nothing
doesn't roll
does
off
with a
tongue,
southern
no.
accent.
That's what they do in Canada now. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Did you see that Paralympian who like sent something out and was like, "I need some assistance to get up my
Pain meds.
stairs and
Pain
meds," and the Canadian healthcare system was like, "How about this? How about you yourself?" And we had to pay for
The
it.
letter
And
said
and
something
the lady's like, "They offered me fucking assisted." For like for a scare thing and pain pills.
Yeah.
Fuck. That
Yeah.
doesn't. There's no one that checks that before it goes out.
No, Canada's
Yeah.
fucked. Canada's fucked. Like I bet Canada looks
Is it?
down their nose at. Oh yeah, Canada looks down their
They do
nose
look
at
down
us.
their nose at us. I don't care for that.
Like turn it around, Canada. You are looking shitty up there between that guy like taking all your guns away, and he's like, at first he's like, I'm gonna take your assault weapons away, and then and your pistols, and now he's like, I'm gonna need those hunting rifles, you bitches. Like he's just
Yeah, I'm
getting
not taking
everything.
like everything
then-
off them.
and then
How do
and
they
then I
defend
keep
themselves
looking up.
against bears?
You look up the statistics on the assisted fucking euthanasia rates that you guys have going on. You guys are turning into you're not there yet, but you're turning into a socialist scum hole of the North. I can't wait to watch your fake little society degrade and fall into nothing. You're gonna be like a RoboCop movie.
Canada,
Okay?
Kyle, I'm on the other team on this. I think assisted is fantastic.
Y'all have
Everyone
fallen.
doing
This is how
assisted
low.
suicide is a drain on
This is how
society.
low you've
We need to kill
This is how low
more
you've
people
fallen.
who would otherwise be drains on society.
Soon, the Eskimos are gonna come down south and take over. Okay.
Okay.
This is enemy of my enemy type shit. Okay, if we
I
can get rid of
I
those,
would posit that the Americans, you guys have enough freedom that they're going for assisted in a different way. They're just like, they'll sort themselves out. We don't even need to help. We
Yeah,
just let them do whatever the fuck they want. They'll just die.
feed
anyway.
them.
That's what our firearms are for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are
right.
just you guys have got the assisted side. It's just the red version of it.
I
Yeah.
saw a
Yeah,
graph the
it's
other
our
day
diet.
of Europe. And
I-
it was a graph of Europe, and it was how many guns per person they have. Pathetic.
Loser.
Like it's barely half a gun per person in most of those countries. That's where you top out at.
Have you seen the UK like posters? Because like you can't even have like utilitarian knives in the areas. Like all those knives, Woody, that you carry around. Oi, bruv, you're right in the clink. Like they're gonna throw you right in the fuck.
You got a license for that knife?
Yeah,
People can't have a Leatherman. You can't have a. You just go through lives with
No.
your fingers and fingernails, opening.
We're not allowed
boxes
to
and
talk about
clawing
why.
a tape.
Yeah, no, you can't
Yeah.
have it.
You can't have a
signs-
Leatherman?
They have signs in the UK, and like it'll show like a machete, and then like literally Swiss Army 1.5-inch blade for like opening boxes, and it's like they're both equally illegal. And now we're
That's
not even in
ridiculous.
the UK anymore. But that's like
Yeah, they've
it's
had
ridiculous.
they've had so many stabbings from certain groups. I would imagine that they really had to crack down. The Irish, they really had to crack down. Y'all thought I was going to go to
like what groups?
It's the fucking Irish. It really is. They're the fucking stabbers. You know, they're all about it.
Scottish.
But they
No,
only
it's-
do
it's the Irish.
stabbings
The
because
Scots
they
It's
don't
all
have
of them.
guns.
All the fucking northern. No, the Irish people bomb people. Scottish people
Yes.
just
Yeah, wait, who's a shillelagh? Is that that's Irish, right?
Yeah.
A shillelagh, those hammers, those like clubs. You know
Is
what those
that
are?
what a shillelagh is?
Yeah,
I
a
know the
shillelagh
word
is
shillelagh.
is a club that like they would
that
use
like
to punish people for not drinking enough.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I
Still
know
a
you're
smoke,
pregnant. Have another one.
Noon on a Monday, sober are we?
Look at your wife, not a black eye on her
Irish tradition
face.
when he beat up that old man.
Regardless, your choice, but those brain cells are dying.
They come by, they
Yeah,
notice that your wife doesn't have any bruises. Yeah, something looks amiss.
Why aren't your kids
Your
crying?
wife, I raised my hand and your wife didn't flinch.
9 children in your mid-30s. What are you, celibate? Like,
What an awful group of people.
didn't you find out you were Irish?
Oh yeah. Like mostly English, honestly, like the fancy kind. But
They were
Fancy kind. What's the fancy kind of English?
just from the fancier part of England. But I found that when you brag about your
All of it's a
genetic
shithole,
report, it
I've
never
never
goes
been.
well. I've never been either. No, it seems like a wet, murky place with awful food.
There's so many Australians, like, I don't know what it is, but young Australians just like get up and go, I'm going to go and work in England for like a year on a work visa or something like that.
Y'all
And
all
just
do it.
In my
Kiwis too.
brain, I'm just sitting there thinking, at what point are you sitting on the beach, like having a beer in the sun, checking out the hot women here, and then like you just click in your brain and go, I want to go and live in a shoebox and just be fucking depressed all the time.
They
Like,
want it for
what-
the resume.
No-
It's
no
so great for
sun.
the like they come back and they're like, oh, so you went to school in Europe?
No, but they don't. But they don't go to school. They just go there and work in like a fucking restaurant for like fuck all. It's like it's so
Well,
dumb.
the ones I know, they
manager at the restaurant.
Yeah,
yeah, the
It's a
ones I
resume
know,
builder,
they
Kyle's
went to
right.
like Europe to either travel or to like get a fancier education that would look good.
yeah,
back
but that's
home.
like rich cunts. They go like go to Cambridge and then they'll just go and party in Ibiza
not
for like
Cambridge.
3 years or whatever. But it's like it's not.
I don't think my
That's-
boy's
that's
that
different.
rich. I don't think my boy's rich like that, but like I think it's pretty cheap to travel through Europe with the train systems and everything, because they talk about like hitting half a dozen countries and like these aren't wealthy men. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
I think
they-
if you
they
do
don't-
it semi-homeless, like vagrant style, it's pretty cheap. You can stay in
You can
hostels
buy
and
like
take
your
trains.
own.
I think you'd even
rail
take a
thing.
step.
It's
I
like a
wouldn't do
pass.
that. There's
No?
There's
the
like
hostel
a pass
thing.
you
I'd
can
rather
buy, and you
camp.
can just travel wherever you want, like on the train system for like a certain amount of year. So it's all trains. Like you can get across to like the UK and go to
Can
France.
you
and
camp in Europe though? I'm thinking you go from city to city. It's populated. Like I don't know that you can just pop a squat and throw up a tent.
Doubt it.
Probably have some
Oh, yeah.
places.
Heaps of homeless people do it in LA. Like,
It'd also be easy to like hop
touche.
around to all of Europe because like it'd be like coming to America and being like, we're gonna hit West Virginia, we're gonna hit Virginia, we're gonna hit Maryland, we're gonna hit Delaware, we're gonna hit North Carolina, and then we've seen America. Like that's like you just
yeah, except it's like way smaller. You're like, yeah, let's go to Belgium tomorrow, and it's and they're in fucking Spain, and then they just drive there.
the language
So-
situation is so weird.
And then,
like
yeah.
I know it's all historic. obviously,
Everyone
but,
just
like,
speaks English.
Yeah, but like the idea that like Spain, right next to fucking France, like historically they just like same family of languages, but just totally different languages. And then Italian
Yeah.
right there too, totally different. Like the US is just such a different scale that we think of.
Well, it's even more.
where
It's
it's like
closer to
all the way
that.
north, they're not like all the way to the tippity top of Canada to the bottom tip of Texas, pretty much English.
Well, yeah, no.
That's
there's-
only because it has like since the 1800s of history, though.
Oh, I know,
Like,
but I'm saying like
it's
that's
just
our
the, like, white
perspective.
settlers.
Like it's that
Yeah.
old saying of like 100 years is a long time for an American, 100 miles is a long distance for a European. Like just
I'm
different
just
mindsets.
thinking of guys of like in the UK in particular, how like it seems like you can be on this street and have a huge rivalry with the completely different class of people who are a street down the road. Ah, those are North Welsh billions. Those dirty scoundrels don't even wash their arses. or whatever.
You're from East Nottinghamshire. Like I'm from
like-
Southeast Nottinghamshire.
It's
Oh, it's time to
literally
stab each other over football.
like you got to get glassed in the face. Like Americans don't even know what that means to get glassed in the face. And the stabbings over there. I remember I
Is
was
that when
talking
they
to
hit you with the bottle or cut?
That's
you?
when they take the whole. That's when they both.
The whole glass
The answer is
smashed into your
yes.
face.
They
Okay.
smash
And
like a
I've,
mug.
I've seen that happen
like a-
to someone
a pint.
in like a nightclub. That was
When
like
you
a
were
common
bouncing?
thing in Australia when I was younger, as people just like smashing pint glasses on people's faces. And I saw it happen, and there's so much fucking blood comes out of your face. It's fucked up.
Oh,
Kyle, what's it called when you
Why
break
you
a
need
bottle
guns?
and use that as a knife?
You know what
don't
that's called.
you?
Look! I said it.
We've all seen Clerks. All right,
I said it, and y'all bleeped it. I don't act like you're teasing me. I should have just said it.
And post show, I'll write down the timestamp again and make sure that gets taken out. When you said that the first time, I was like, "Oh, right, 2 hours and 11 minutes and 42 seconds."
I thought it was acceptable to say I was informed that it
in
wasn't.
no way.
Well, I mean, it's
Well, now I'm gonna have to hear it now.
Yeah, just Google it. What
she says it?
Google Clerks. What do you call a broken beer bottle? And you'll immediately. And I highly recommend you YouTube it so you watch the quick 30-second clip. And I'll move us on to a new topic while you do that.
There's like what's it called? Like there's been people that they'll have their homes raided because they have a knife in their home in England, and I heard about that because a law changed in 2021 about like Offensive Weapons Act or something like that you're not allowed to. And I went, oh, I'm gonna throw a few away.
Oh no!
I've been a lot. I know none of the really cool ones because some of the cheap ones were a bit like, I don't know, they could have a problem with that because there's a really dumb law, or at least how it's written in England, is like you can't have zombie knives, is the actual thing.
Okay,
and
I don't know that this is.
It's basically like but everyone in England was like trying to get like really big knives, like machetes and stuff, or this like serrated edge, like stuff that looks tactical, or all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they banned something like that, and then everyone found a way around it by like if they're marketed as zombie killer knives, then it's something that's not like imposing harm to other people. So they got around with that, and now they had to make a law for that. I don't know. UK's weird knife laws.
America's tough because every state has its own knife laws. It's usually done at that level, and then it just makes it really hard to know. Like there isn't this common knowledge that people can share
because they'll mail them to you regardless.
Yeah, I have had trouble before getting out the front knife mailed to me. I think it's legal to own, but not to buy, which is weird.
Yeah, that makes sense because with that, you're probably getting an expensive product from a company that doesn't want to get in trouble. But if you were to buy like brass knuckles from a magazine or something, where do you want it sent, sir? Where would you like your paperweight? Alaska, Hawaii, we don't care.
Okay,
there's lots of that. I remember my cousin always had a flapjack or whatever.
Oh, the thing, yeah, it's like a wiggly with a weight in the. Can you show a flapjack, Zach?
It's like a leather little handheld whomper that you see cops have them in old detective like movies and stuff like that. You can just knock the fucking shit out of somebody with something you can carry around in your pocket, basically.
Maybe I ran with a weird crowd, but like having some sort of club type weapon in your car was kind of standard when I was in New Jersey. Yeah,
I grew up with an axe handle in my truck all the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, my friend carried a flapjack, which his was leather with a lead weight in it, and you could see the stitching around the side like a belt. This one looks
like
more
something
modern
from Etsy.
That looks a little beyond our time as well, but the one Woody described is exactly. It was even flat. It reminded me of a belt that had doubled back on itself, and but in the middle, I think there was even a spring.
That looks very close to what my friend had. Yeah.
Yeah, you fuck somebody up with that. Like at close range, you just need to give them a little flick of your wrist and a little bit of arm movement, and you've stunned the guy so badly, he'll do whatever you want after that.
I acknowledge it doesn't look like much, but if you were to hit your own palm with it, you'd be like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I didn't do that to my skull."
Hard. It's as solid as it gets. It's so fucking hard.
Yeah, and police batons are like that too. The old wooden ones with the handle at the side. It's hard to describe hardness sometimes. I've often said, like, when you fall on ice, it can seem harder than concrete somehow. Like, it's just really, really hard and solid. And the policeman's baton is that same thing. Like, it's harder than you think. It's wood, but I don't know what they do to it, but it's something different.
We're talking about beating people. What kind of weapons we prefer?
It is hard.
Yeah. Have you ever had a beating weapon in your car? Like, just because you thought it was a good idea?
Oh, like as a plan? No, I don't think so.
What about by the bed?
I have before, but I feel like guns are the move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just
Google
better.
says ice is harder than concrete.
Oh,
wow! According to fucking Google.
Yeah, I got a finely calibrated back of head.
Yeah.
A guy gave me one of his, like, we had a plumber around who was this, like, war veteran. He gave me a knife, which was a whole different thing. But he said, like, yo, I told him I was into knives, and he gave me this knife. He was like, and my dad was there too. And he said, like, do you want something? So I went out to his truck, and he pulled out, like, it's basically like a cut off bit of hose that he'd dropped molten lead into the end of. So it'd be like this lead ball at the end of a wiggly little hose pipe thing.
Yeah.
And we collectively went, okay, that's you can't do that.
You can't do that?
No,
It's a weapon.
Anything you can't. If you can think of it as a weapon, you're probably not.
He had to get rid of his fancy knives.
Oh, that's absurd. They need a touch of freedom.
What if you know what I would do? Like
should invade.
you're a well-to-do gal. You could probably get some sort of like historical collector's license or something, right? And you could have like real rapiers and broadswords and whatever you wanted. Like, it seems like if you go that angle, that's what rich people usually do. Oh, it's a collection of antiques. That's not an arsenal of weapons. That's my collection of antiques.
There's laws for that. There's what's it called? There's a law in England that's something like if you buy a samurai sword that was made traditionally before 1957, you can do whatever you want. You can just have that.
Oh, those are probably the good ones anyway. I imagine. Like, you don't want some like some bullshit like made in Kentucky weeaboo.
I think you do. I genuinely like I've done no research into this, but my understanding is that the reason they folded that Japanese steel so many times, we folded 1,000 times. Wow, it must be so pure now. Yeah, it is because they started with like shitty ore. Like they were trying to get the impurities out of their shitty ore, but with like European iron ore, like it's not necessary to fold that many times. I read that anyway, but I don't want that katana anyway. That's man, you look like a loser with that katana, dude. You know it's true. Like, white man can't own katanas. You either get yourself a European sword or a Roman sword. You stick with your heritage.
I think
you don't want
that's
some poser sword.
Yeah, get yourself a gladius. Get yourself a claymore. Something big.
Maybe a Confederate like sword, like what they have.
Yeah,
they probably had a saber, maybe because you brought like a cavalryman's saber.
Ooh, he's got.
Or you could get Sting.
Yeah. Is that a gladius?
That's Sting. That is Sting. That is Frodo's sword.
Yeah.
And Bilbo's before him.
That's awesome. I love that you have that right there.
I know.
Sick. It glows blue when orcs are near.
Does it have anything glowy about it?
No, sadly. I got the ring in that. And it's pretty cool.
That's sick. Don't stop there. It's cool. Keep playing more Lord of the Rings shit. Get the Witch King helm.
You know, I still haven't seen Lord of the Rings. It's a lot. I don't know how many hours there is. I'm so sorry.
How many hours?
Who buys Sting and hasn't seen Lord of the Rings?
Someone sent it me. Someone sent it me. I was a big fan.
Oh well, then like,
I owe it to him. Really?
Yeah, you got to watch the movies. You'll enjoy it.
The movies are actually good.
You can get this other thing for like 1/10 the price. That's 95% as good. Yeah, okay, but I'm still worried that thing's going to rape my ear hole, and I'm not going to like it.
That's my experience with audio stuff. That's somewhere around $200 to $400. You get something that's really good, and then if you go from $400 to $4,000, it's 5% better.
Yeah. That it's like that with a lot of things. I think it's like that with a lot of gun shit. My dad called me yesterday. He's got an AR-15 upper, and he's like, I don't have a lower for this. And I'm like, yeah, the Popo may have taken that one away. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go buy an AR-15 lower. What do you recommend? I'm like, whatever's fucking cheapest that's still made of metal. Like, what are you gonna do with it? It's not like you're gonna go to war or shoot like tactically or any of that shit. You just want a gun that works.
What part of the gun is responsible for its reliability in an AR-15? Is that a real question?
Reliability can mean a lot of things. I suppose if it were direct impingement versus piston driven, you can have some give and take, but that's more the mechanism difference in the gun. One of those is usually more reliable than the other. The parts kit and the lower, I suppose, like, but man, reliability, like, what are we even talking about? Like if we shoot it without cleaning it, when it will stop, or like if we shoot 10,000 rounds through all three of these rifles, which one's has failed the most at the end of it? I don't even know.
Yeah,
they all kind of work. I had lowers when I made machine guns. You're taking a lower and you're converting it to full auto, and you do that by dropping a little part. You drill an extra hole in it before you drop that other part in there, And all of that is very, very cheap. Like the parts, like $40. I bought it at Knob Creek off a bench. They're legal to buy, or at least they were then. So I didn't want to ruin an expensive lower. So I use these plastic lowers, polymer. Like the whole bottom of the gun is just plastic. And that meant you didn't even need to use real tools. So I took a DeWalt power drill and drilled the hole for the extra pin that goes through it. That was the machine. If you ever see me shooting an M4 in a video, like a fully automatic M16 of some kind, it's that plastic $125, $150 lower chewing through the cheapest ammo I can throw into it. And they never failed.
That's nice. I've had a couple of guns that were unreliable for their first few hundred rounds. And
yeah,
at this point, I think I'd pay a premium to know that it'd be reliable out of the gate.
One of the things I've noticed with pistols that can be true, especially tactical shorty compact pistols, those springs need to be broken in because they sort of fine tune how much spring that you need to have the slide come all the way back, but not too hard. You don't want it bottoming out and slamming back, but you also want it to come all the way back so it cycles the next round, grabs that next round, even in scenarios where maybe it's a little underpowered or you're pussy gripping the gun, not holding it quite well enough. So you need to break that spring in sometimes before it'll short cycle some. You'll get misfeeds.
I think that's exactly what happened. Smith & Wesson M&P9 full size needed hundreds of rounds. I also had a shotgun that just didn't operate smoothly until you didn't even have to shoot it that much, but you had to rack a lot of rounds through it to get it to work smoothly. Yeah,
and just knocking the high edges off things and getting some carbon buildup on some parts. A lot of people, or I always found that there were two schools of people, and one of them didn't believe in using lubricant on AR-15s. They just felt that the carbon buildup was enough lubricant, and you could just dry lube them forever. And they would be like, "This is my AR-15. It's never had a drop of oil in it. I've shot 8,000 rounds through it so far. Like no failures or no issues or whatever." So I don't know what reliability even fucking means with guns. If you buy a piece of AR-15s are just well made. It's a good design. There are guns that are designed poorly, and it doesn't matter how well you make them; they'll fail a lot. But I never had any issues from ARs.
England, do they make the cut?
No.
Don't think geopolitically. Just think if they're cool enough. I say yes. I think England is definitely cool enough.
Not if they don't change their ways. I mean, I feel like that's going to be an Islamic country.
Just think of the people themselves, because they're going to get their guns back when they join the U.S.
I like the British.
So I like the British.
I think
tougher and they're underrated.
I like them. Ireland too.
I think Kyle's touching on something though when he keeps bringing it up. Is I think it's like an unspoken thing, but I think is like and this aren't like I'm like lack of better words. I think like some people like in the government or whatever consider like Europe compromised. Like the Islamic presence is so heavy, and they're quite heavy-handed with their like the way they have explained that. Like if they were to invade or if they were to colonize, it would be legally and from within. And people always said that like if there was an invasion of the USA, it would be because California literally let them in. And like Canada is similar to that. Canada is like at a like you go to Costco in Canada and like someone may put down that the prayer mat and face Mecca and do their prayers in at Costco.
Don't like that.
I am happy that this person has their religion and they can do their things, but I find it weird that there are so many mosques and you're doing it in the aisle when I'm trying to get those Uber gift cards behind you, and I don't want to.
I'm trying to get to the pretzel barrel, and you're fucking bowing down for 6 minutes.
And they do it. They go to the park, and they'll be like literally like a 1,000 in the park, and they have like this prayers on the loudspeaker, and they're doing it, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice to celebrate your religion in the park. But it's weird for people that aren't part of that, and like I think that is like it's a growing issue. I'm also like walking, even the way I walk around it, I feel like people feel a way about that. They're like, no, just say what it is. Like they're like, it's like a demonstration and a power of
quotes around it.
It's a demonstration.
What I see is
numbers.
Is it an issue that there's giant Christmas trees in public and people are surrounding that and making a Christian holiday? It seems pretty parallel.
Back in the day, I used to be like, oh, this war on Christmas shit is so silly. But I realized that like growing up and like now being here in Florida, I as like a Jewish person, I have like a lot of love for Christmas because
Me too.
Christmas to me is like Canada in the 90s / USA in the 90s. It's Christmas trees, it's Christmas lights up. It's like, it is what it is. That's how it was. And whatever that identity is, I know it's just not Christian, but whatever the identity is, that's like Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Mhm.
That's the Canada that I like.
It's Western.
And you know what? Like Happy Holidays, like, yeah, sometimes there's a menorah there. Sometimes you get a shout out to Kwanzaa. But
Kwanzaa
Merry
is such
Christmas.
nonsense. That shit was made up in like 1980 in California or something, right?
That is true.
saying,
Yeah.
It's all made up to me. I just like that it's sort of a positive vibe.
It's not all made up
unity
though.
kind of
Like we're
thing.
celebrating historical events in some cases, and we're combining the like many cultures into one for those
But that's
these
why-
agreed
that's why-
upon holidays. This
but
guy in
that's
the
why-
80s came up with some stuff.
Dude,
But
do
you know what,
not
even-
tell Kyle that Santa is fake. He
But wait,
doesn't know.
He wasn't fake. He was a real historical character on
Yeah.
which the story's based, and it's a thing that happened.
was,
Unlike
he
Kwanzaa,
was.
which was like some
Mhm.
made up shit from the 80s.
But
He
I-
was.
Wait,
I know.
but on that
This
note,
whole game.
Well, I've never seen a Kwanzaa thing in my entire life.
No, it's
But-
not real.
show
Yeah.
off.
But I know I live in Missouri. There's no Kwanzaa around here. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Harley. Like the demonstration of like kind of taking over an area that's public and making it about your like religion.
Yeah, I'm in
like,
Florida right now, and
when
I
it's a
walk
foreign
around.
religion to like Western culture. Like
Yeah,
Christmas makes sense. We're like Western, that's traditionally Christian. Like that's the culture of the West. And so
After 20, sorry, yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. No, that's
No,
fine. I
After
agree with you.
2010, like around like that time after 2010 and stuff, like, and like all of a sudden, like an American flag became like some sort of symbol that meant you were racist or some shit like that, or people overthought it, or they're like, oh, you know, like if a truck has an American flag on it, you know, that guy is a fucking whatever. I'm in Florida and I like walk around and I see like American flags on houses, and I like that.
Yeah.
I think being American and liking America and liking the USA is cool. I'm not saying deport them, and I think it's really looks really bad for Jewish people or whatever when they're like deporting people that are, you know, American citizens and they have some shit going on. But there is an element of where it's like, if you burnt an American flag and if you're handing out pamphlets for groups that are like Death to America, then maybe America's not the place for you. And why should America pander?
Maybe America's not the place for you.
Such a polite Canadian like viewpoint on that. Hey, I think you may have come to the wrong place. You-
That's
you know,
the Quebec way to handle that. Like where I would just be like, get the fuck out. Like you don't love America? What? Fuck you.
Yeah, I for an American, like if Taylor wants to burn the American flag, like that's his right. I wouldn't cheer him on or anything, but you know, he can do that all he wants. There's no law against that. There should.
We need to pivot to burning other countries' flags.
I have never seen an American burn anybody else's flag. I really have.
No, I
When's the
haven't
last
either.
time you saw a white dude named Brent roll out a fucking flag from like Norway or something? And it's like, you know what, Norway? This is what you get. Like,
Yeah.
You don't know what their flags look like. Like really, you'd be like, people would be
I'm
like, what
picturing a
flag is
red
that,
thing
dude?
with some stripes
I
up
think
and
it's
down.
blue and white with a star in the
No.
middle. I don't know.
Norway is a white and red stripe.
That's the one I burn. I'm
I
trying
think
to fuck
Norway-
over Norway. I might be doing it wrong.
Yeah,
Norway
I-
might just be the
when I look
inverse
at
of
Europe-
Poland. I don't remember.
when I look at Europe, I think a bunch of bleeding heart social liberals who see Middle Eastern and North African migration and think, oh, those poor people, we must shelter them. And meanwhile, a big group of those people's mantra and religion is mix in with them, deceive them, lie to them at every turn. It's not a sin to lie to them because they're not human. Become part of their system and take them down from within. I think that is the majority of the people who are coming in there. I think that's what's whispered behind closed doors, and I think that that's a big part of their religion and a big part of their
How do
goal.
you know that? Like, where did you learn that?
The Quran.
You learned it by reading the Quran?
Yeah.
About how it's okay to lie
Yeah.
as long as they're.
To keep
Would
it
you
up.
like
I
the
have
quote?
heard that. That is
It's
called.
it's called
Yeah.
You're making a silly face, but like I could copy and paste.
I was
it's called-
surprised
it's
to learn
called
that you
tequila.
read the Quran.
Well, I read those parts.
I think it's called tequila, where you can like pretend that you're. Remember when I told you about that guy that drove through the Christmas market and said, yeah, people were like when they spun it on Jews. That's how I learned the word. by saying, because like he was like I hate Islam on a tweet before that or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
tough
day
for
before
me.
he drove through it.
Like individually, I have sympathy for people who are refugees, who are, trying to flee a place that's a bad one and start their new life. And if they love America, I welcome them. Even if they're culturally different, I don't sweat it too much. Give it a generation. Their kids will be Americans. Their parents will hate it, and their kids will be just like all the other kids in school. I'm cool with that. But in mass numbers is a, sort of soft invasion. Suddenly it doesn't feel so cool anymore. That's what happens. And it's hard to be okay with it in small numbers, not in large numbers. I'd be cool with more controlled immigration. Like, hey,
yes.
What if we didn't let any culture accumulate too densely in one place?
Yeah, like that's.
What do you think about
like,
the they're saying they're going to do? They're saying that if they catch it, this is the USA. They're saying that the people that we catch who are here illegally and the people going forward that we catch crossing illegally will now never be able to become citizens legally.
Boom, in the mix. Like it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
You disrespect the first act you take on our soil is to disrespect our laws.
How dare they? First thing he did was come spit on the flag. They bring a flag with them to spit on for special when they cross over. Yeah, that's how they are.
I've seen that.
I've seen it.
People are saying it.
Spitting flag.
I seen it.
No, none of those things happened. But I think they are going to do that. It seems like every now and then I'll see on Reddit they'll be like, "Ha ha! We've won! This vote went our way!" And I'm like, that's like the first of 8 steps for you to win. Like, what are you talking about,
this is the Wisconsin thing you're talking about?
Yeah. Oh no, this Wisconsin thing's good. I think that's a good sign for Democrats nationwide and in every other kind of way. But I was thinking more I think Congress or not the Senate, but the House voted down the tariffs against Canada, maybe. And they were like, good. They're voted down. It's like, well, now it goes to the Senate, and then it goes to the president. I wonder what he thinks about it. Oh, are you going to get 2/3 majority against it? No? Well, let's see if Donald Trump wants to.
They sent a message, Kyle.
He's watching Fox News. He ain't getting that message. You think he's on C-SPAN?
I'm teasing. I don't think anyone's getting that message.
He said he watches 8 hours of TV a day and drinks 12 Diet Cokes.
We need to find a way to fight and get our European brothers some guns. That sucks.
That war a long time ago. I remember the first NRA commercial I ever saw that made me sign up for the NRA, and it was in some European country, maybe even Australia, where they had outlawed guns, and they just had a pile of over and under sporting shotguns, nice, beautiful, like pieces of work, and they're chop sawing them in half, one after another, and throwing them in this big pile. And there's some cowboy talking over. He's like, "Is this what you want to see in your neck of the woods?" "Not me, brother. That's why and then they cut to him riding his horse. "That's why I ride with the NRA. When the NRA's riding shotgun, your rights are covered, brother. Sign up today. Lifetime membership only $149.99. I'm just like, beep, boop, 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 boop.
Oh, and Kyle, you mentioned this years ago, but you were like, dude, the NRA are kind of pussies.
They are.
Hardcore guys are the American
Gun owners of America.
The gun owners of America. I found them on Twitter, and like, while the NRA is like, it's not we're okay with the bump stocks being removed, but it's not okay to go further than that. And then the gun owners of America are like, everyone should have an M1 Abrams tank if they so choose.
Yeah.
They cannot limit your ability to own a firearm or a vehicle containing a firearm.
Yeah, the NRA is like boomer shit, where they're like, everybody's got a right to a hunting rifle. 5 rounds. I'm not saying more than 5 rounds, but 5 rounds is reasonable. And GOA, Gunners of America, is like, no. Like, the Constitution says, right to fucking bear arms, whatever the fuck you want.
All the fun stuff. I saw pictures from a gun range in California recently that said no more than 1 round per chamber, no rapid firing, on a sign where it was like, you can't put more, like if you're shooting a 9
that doesn't make sense.
Per magazine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. I've been to numerous ranges in California where people would bring out AKs and MP5s. And
oh, sure. Most of them are not like that. But
yeah, that's insane. That's great.
Because you're in California, right?
Yeah. So but I've been like through Central California and like Southern California, like pretty much all of it, and kind of been to gun ranges in most of those places, and they usually are pretty just open. You can just sort of
running a gun range must be so fucking stressful because I've seen those videos on the internet of people like,
yeah.
For one thing, the one I used to go to, you would be standing in your booth and the targets are down range, and you'd look up and you'd see so many bullet holes in the fucking ceiling and in like the side of the booth, and like all these negligent discharges of people who had shot holes in stuff that's like up here. The targets are over here, and there's holes up there. And it's like, how does this happen so regularly that they stopped patching? Like it's a common occurrence for these people. And then I
can't spare the spackle to just
on steel. It's steel. They're shooting through steel up there.
Wow.
And then I've seen plenty of people when they're shooting some pistols, they go boom, and the recoil brings up, and somehow like they're holding I think they're squeezing the trigger down low, but the inertia forced it forward, and so they just fire it. They go ba-boom, and the second one's in the fucking ceiling, and it's always some little lady who couldn't handle the recoil, and she's blasting a hole in the roof. It must be a nightmare. And then I see people like, I saw that guy who like shot himself in the hand. He's like checking if the gun's working and shoots himself through the hand. Like all sorts of wild stuff.
Dude, fucking what is it? 800 blackout or 300 blackout? Yeah, 300 blackout is one of the spookiest, quietest fucking rounds. Like I don't know the power load. Again, I don't know any of the fucking science behind it, but it is just so scary quiet for how terrifyingly huge that fucking round is. Or 8.6. 300 and 8.6, and then the round is split like in 3 ways, and it opens like a fucking banana peel, and it curls back on itself like you can drop a rhino. I've literally seen like the aftermath of
with
like large game animals.
Not with 300 blackout.
With 8.6,
probably something different. 8.6. I don't know what you're
8.6.
Oh, 8.6.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's a different thing.
I think it's made by Q Industries.
8.6 millimeter rifle. Oh,
I think
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know these existed until this very moment.
Yeah, I've met the owner of that company. He's a super cool guy, Kevin Brittingham, and yeah, it opens up like a fucking banana peel, and he uses it to hunt large game in like South Africa.
So this would be good for home defense.
Yeah, no, dude. Unironically, yes, because it stops. It like it splatters out, so you only kill the guy. Like that, the AK that I was just holding up would be dangerous because that round is going to let the neighbor's kids know what's up.
Yeah.
But 8.6 will blow up and hit the drywall and be done.
Huh. I'm seeing mostly subsonic, really heavy bullets coming out of this thing, it looks like. So that all makes sense. Like 288 grain gorilla fracturing subsonic traveling at 1,000 feet per second.
And they are spooky fucking quiet. I know like my gun-minded friends are going to watch this episode and be like, Trout, you're fucking retarded. But me telling you my retarded know nothing information, they're subsonic, so they're spooky fucking quiet. They open up like banana peels and they do scary damage.
Never let a lack of knowledge stop you from saying anything.
No, don't let it slow you down.
I confidently say
I hear them talk often about that. Yeah,
we don't know anything about
300 blackout is very cool and going to be a lot cheaper to operate than that thing. It's an AR caliber that's subsonic, 30 caliber, and it's like what the Honey Badger is, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you showed me that rifle the other week. That looks pretty slick. I like the look of that one. Yeah.
I would just get a standard AR-15, 300 blackout or something, though, if you wanted to be like, it's really good for like nighttime hunting. If you're hunting foxes or coyotes or especially pigs, because it's got a lot of wallop to 100 yards. Not much after that.
Well, I'm an impractical idiot, and so I'm going to obviously buy the 1022 as my next one. That's just to have, because I have a ton of fucking 22 ammo I can blow through, and After that, I want a wheel gun. I want a revolver.
Yeah.
Sick ass revolver. You sent me
Python, Colt Python.
the Ruger SP 101, something like that, like a 357.
Yeah. I think for what you want to spend, a Ruger is going to be the move.
That seems
your
good.
budget?
Yeah. The problem with the Smith and Wessons is they're like $1,500.
Mhm.
And I can get a similar gun from Ruger for $700-800.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend $1,500 if I can get the same thing, because it's not like this would ever be a practical gun. It would just be like this is really fun.
You got
Like,
deer with it.
With a 357.
44 Magnum. I'd get a 44 Magnum. if I
Oh
were getting
no,
one.
I'm not going to get a 44 Magnum.
It's not that big of a deal.
They're more expensive than 357.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the ammo is going to be even more.
But then you get to do the Dirty Harry speech in the mirror when nobody's around.
Yes.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know.
I know what you're asking.
You've not
Did he
seen
fire
Dirty
5
Harry?
rounds or
No.
6? To tell you the truth, and all that trouble back there, got a little mixed up myself. But being this is the 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun on earth, and it'll blow your head clean off. You gotta ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? and the guy's like, nah. He was about to reach for a shotgun. He's like,
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty sick. Maybe I should buy the 44.
Taylor, you gotta watch Dirty Harry. You gotta watch Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry is a classic.
You'll like it because it's one of those movies where he's like old school and they're trying to put women and minorities into the police force regardless of the performance level.
Yuck.
And-
Yuck.
and he's not standing for it. That's part of what makes him Dirty Harry. He's when I see a suspect chasing a woman in an alley, and he's ripped her clothes off and he's erect, I don't ask questions. I just kill the son of a bitch.
He's
God
a vigilante.
damn it, Harry!
Sounds cool.
It's where all
Yeah.
the tropes came from. It's where all the cop tropes came from. It's those films. That and Magnum Force. Have you ever seen Magnum Force? Magnum Force is also pretty fun. So
I bet
seen
Kyle's
all.
seen it.
Of
Yeah.
course,
oh,
I've seen
Magnum Force is so good. So
He
good.
made like 4 of those Dirty Harry movies. He kept making them. I like them. I don't care. That's why my dad bought all those 44 Magnums. He's got a bunch of 44 Magnums. He was super into it himself back in the day.
I think my grandpa was into it because when he was a trucker in the 70s, he had a 44 Magnum revolver. That was like his carry gun while
That movie-
trucking.
Dirty Harry probably sold millions of that gun. I mean, most likely people were like,
Yeah, and it's
saw
not
that
the most
film.
powerful handgun on earth anymore. But at the time, I reckon it was, and everybody was like, "That's the most powerful one. How do I get one? How much?"
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Give
was
me
that,
one.
then the Deagle. Deagle kind of overtook
Yeah.
it.
No,
Oh, is it?
well, the Desert Eagle comes in 44 Magnum and then 50 Action Express. I don't know how much I had that gun exactly, but I didn't think the 50 Action Express was like miles more powerful than the 44 Magnum. It's the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum that's the big dog. That's that giant revolver that
Oh, yeah.
hurts to shoot.
I shot one of those, and we were recreating the. You remember that the guy whose kid got molested, Gary. Gary.
Why,
Bush.
Gary?
Why, Gary? Why?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was the phone booth, and he reaches under his arm and fucking blows the guy's head off. And so we recreated it with the 38 special that he was shooting with, and then we did it with the 500. And I got bit hard by the fucking hammer shooting that 500 one-handed. Like the hammer of the pistol came up and just slammed into my forearm, cut me open.
Oh,
But I blew that fucking ballistic head clean open.
that's one
Why,
of the best
Gary,
videos
why?
ever. And then the whole jury's like, let him go, give him a key to the city.
I don't even think they went to the trial. I think they
Yeah,
just
I
let
don't
him.
even think so.
No, he
he did. I think they gave him some light thing.
He got community service. He got like
Yeah.
500
did.
hours community service or something.
If you guys were to visit one of those lesser known European countries, what would it be? Like no UK, no France, no
Romania.
Spain, no Italy.
I was about to ask if Romania's that's European, right? I mean,
That is
probably
European.
Romania.
What?
I want to see the
Both of
old
you
country. I
say
want to see.
Romania?
I want to see. Some, I want to see some fucking. I want to see a castle. I want to see. I want to see some fucking
You go
scary.
to
castles
Romania for the castles?
and the. Castles.
I want to go to Poland. And I don't know well, but I just feel like Poland's going to have the spectrum between like major metropolis cities that impress you and untouched like landscape and castles. and stuff.
Countryside.
Yeah, it's going to have it all.
I was actually thinking Poland. as well as one of the less visited ones. Seems like a beautiful country. They actually have way more castles than Romania, Kyle. So if you're
Their
going for
economy
castles,
is booming and has been for a few decades. I
They're
think that Poland is one of like the failed previous Soviet states, but that is out of date thinking. That's like childhood Woody. If you look now, they're one of the most successful European,
and they're very prideful. They're very nationalistic. Like they're one of the few European countries that's like, no, we actually don't want Algerian. Fuck off. Like, no, we will stay Polish. Like they're hardcore about that. Very anti-immigration. They want to stay Polish. They want to do that, maintain their national identity, I guess you would say. But they're also gigantic, like in terms of European countries. And so there would be so much to see all around Poland. Whereas Romania is not a small country, in the scheme of Europe. But other than hanging out with gypsies, Kyle, what are you going to do? Like
the gypsy keep me busy. I'm gonna do some coursing. I'm gonna do that thing where they bet on whether the dog's gonna catch the hares, like I saw in.
It's lots of fun game with the gypsies, like get your wallet back.
You will never get this.
Lots of fun traditions like sewing your pockets before you leave the hotel.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I see that. So France is pretty comparable. France has 3.4 trillion GDP. Texas is 2.9 trillion. Texas is the world's 9th biggest economy, to be fair. Texas has a bigger economy than Italy, Russia, Canada, Brazil, Spain, Mexico, all those countries.
Damn, even Russia, huh?
How's Texas compared to California? Smaller,
California
right?
has the world's 4th largest economy at $4.3 trillion. They are only topped by Germany, China, and the United States of America. And Germany is 5 trillion and California is 4.4 trillion. So not leaps and bounds ahead. Then obviously you do leap ahead with China's 19.4 trillion and our 30.5 trillion.
But then also go GDP per capita, right? Like even though Germany's a bit bigger than California, the GDP per capita is more impactful. Like Germany has 85 million people, almost 90 million people. California does not have 90 million people. And so like the average Californian is a lot wealthier than the average German.
Makes sense.
Another win for the USA.
Hey, freedom.
Another win.
I wonder where Iran is going. Do you think Pete Hegseth will get fired?
Like AOC says, like only the women who are incompetent get fired in the Trump administration. The men get 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chances.
Yes, Queen.
So far, my wife says stuff like
views are more aligned with yours than almost any other politician you can name.
I don't like her views on immigration, but I do like her views on the Middle East. Like, I agree in staying out of that.
And she'd probably give us all health care if she could, and not give it to us, but just have us pay for it all together rather than one at a time, so that we can be picked apart like the zebra who left the fucking crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pro universal healthcare. Have been for a long time.
I don't know. Mexico is introducing universal healthcare. You know how embarrassing it is that both of our neighbors, we're just looking at their economies. They don't even compare to a couple of our states. All those places have universal healthcare. I don't understand why.
Will it be good in Mexico?
I don't know.
Will it be like good healthcare?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you saw Wings went down there, had good results. So did Boogie. They have these like in Tijuana.
Maybe they didn't get all the stitches.
That's on him. That's on him. like he beat the surgery on his own. That surgery was perfectly well done. He didn't get septic or anything scary, which is what we thought was going to happen, or what I thought was going to happen when I heard he was getting like a full blown put you under bariatric surgery in Mexico. I was genuinely worried about him. I was like, I feel like you're flipping a coin here.
Gambling with your life.
I feel like bariatric surgery there is actually one of the things, like dental stuff, that they kind of like in and out, like grind people through, right? If I had like a dangerous tumor on my pancreas or something, I want some U.S. doctor taking care of that. But if you just need
my hairline needed a touch up, I'd go to Turkey.
Yep.
Oh, is that where you go? I've heard that.
If it's not ours, it'd be Japan's, right?
Britain was who it was going to go to. It seemed
they don't have a geographic claim like U.S. and Japan do.
No, well, that never stopped them before.
I hear you. What I'm thinking about, like, would they have staying power to keep it? Would they? How could they defend Hawaii from England? It'd be a tough.
They had all those islands prior to World War II.
Japan has enough islands. We were due. We need some islands.
I remember just
That's
being a
why
kid being confused about.
When Seward did I'm sorry, I talked over you. I was going to say when Seward did the deal for Alaska, one of the main reasons that Russia liked the deal was that they were afraid that the Brits were going to move into Alaska because they were already in Canada. And they were way more worried about the Brits than they were the fledgling Americans. So they were happy to sell all of Alaska for like $7.5 million. It works out to a little less than 2 cents per acre or something like that.
Golly. Isn't Alaska like deceptively big too? Is that the biggest state?
It is 1/3 the size of the continental United States. It is double the size of Texas.
I was going to say it whoops Texas then. Golly, double Texas. It doesn't look like that when you just look at a map. The distortion or whatever.
It does, right? When you look at a map, they overestimate the size because it's in the North Pole ish.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be where the
right. You
is.
drag it down, it gets a little smaller.
It's still massive, though.
Crazy that we had
Brazil's
taken.
the same size as the U.S. I didn't know that till I looked at one of those maps that adjust the other day, and you like slide Brazil up over the continental U.S. Roughly the same size. I think it's a little bigger.
I didn't know that either. I thought we were like fucking massive. Only a couple countries comparable.
We're bigger than Brazil.
If we are, it's not by very much at all. Like it's almost identical.
Damn, that's wild.
Isn't it? It's Russia, Canada, U.S., China, and then I guess Brazil.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Damn, yeah. Looks like you got very comparable size.
Yeah, but we got
48.
We got that that Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska's
Alaska's going to win it for us.
But it is pretty comparable to the lower 48. Like you see how we drag it north, and it like. Can you drag Alaska to the lower 48? Zach?
Oh, I'd love that because it's as big as like from the Mississippi to the east.
Alaska is gigantic.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's way bigger like that. Yeah, swamps, Texas.
It's a lot bigger than Texas, but not as big as it looks when it's in place.
True. Yeah, true. That's how Russia gets that.
Yes,
enormous looking country. Even though, like, let's be
Canada too.
Enormous. Yeah, Canada as well. And Canada's also hanging their hat. There's a lot of ice up there. Are we counting the ice?
Uninhabitable land.
If you think of Canada as the strip that's populated above America, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah,
but
that's where like 98% of the population lives, right?
Something
basically
like
right along that border right there.
Mm-hmm. But they have resources up north of it.
Do you guys ever look at? Maybe this is just me, but I think lots of people do this. Do you ever just spend time scrolling around, looking at maps, trying to remember where I'll like close my eyes and be like, all right, can I remember in order the north coast of Africa, or can I remember no, you guys don't do that.
You know what I do? I'll go to someplace like a major city in Mongolia and just go down to like Street View and stuff and try to imagine life there.
Now we know the capital of Mongolia, obviously Ulaanbaatar. They only have about 3.5 million people there, and it's like the 5th biggest country in the world. It's crazy.
Really? I really do study the maps.
Yeah, Mongolia is sick. I think they have like 2 paved roads in all of Mongolia.
Wow.
And like one of them is like mostly surrounding like it's mostly dirt paths and like pressed nonsense. It's not a real
possible you're out of date.
It's an agrarian society.
I could be out of date.
Because here's where I'm coming from. There was a movie called Long Way Round where Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman took their motorcycles from Scotland and then just went east and across Mongolia and Russia and etc. And it inspired like a whole bunch of people. But like people who want to like do it now, it's not the same thing because it's paved or something pseudo paved, like where they take a dirt road and treat it with something. So they didn't actually roll in like asphalt, but it's asphalt comparable.
I'm looking at this. They have a very limited network of paved roads with estimates ranging from 5,000 kilometers to 10,000 kilometers out of the total road network, which exceeds 100,000 kilometers.
Oh,
so like
shit.
best case scenario, 5 to 10% of roads in Mongolia seem to be paved.
But I think that central area there, their capital, Ulaanbaatar, I think that's their only city with largely paved roads. Like all the rest, I don't think are like mostly paved.
I did it with Greenland recently, because Trump was threatening to invade. And I was like just sort of zooming in their cities and like, what is it like here? What is the life like for a Greenlander? I find that's interesting.
They're all on the coasts. No one's on the big ice block, which I guess, it's one of those things that as soon as you see it on the map, you're like, duh. Like, but you don't think about it that way. You think there's probably a city in the middle, but yeah, Greenland's pretty cool. We should have it. But then again, we're also being tricked, like we were saying with the map. We think it's way bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Zach, can you do that first? Can you drag Greenland to the lower 48? I want to see what we're looking at.
It's still going to be monstrous, but
I bet. Do you think it's bigger than?
I bet it's like half the size of the East Coast.
It's bigger than Alaska, isn't it?
That would surprise me, but I don't know geography. I think it's bigger. They're both way up north, so they both get the same. What is it? The mercurial map? I forget what the map is called. The mercurial projection, something close to that.
That's it. So that's the whole East Coast, and then some.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's massive. And I think we checked. That would put us over Russia.
Really?
Really?
I think by if we added that square mileage, we would then be number one.
And the shape is different than it is in my mind. I guess when you drag it up north, the top of it gets wider. See?
Look at that. But have you ever seen the non-mercurial or whatever Mercator map? That's what it is.
Mercator, okay.
I've seen that, and I'm like, I don't like this. This isn't right. This isn't what I imagine the world to be. I don't like this. We have to go back to the old one.
No.
Should we switch over to the metric system? It's kind of in the same vein. I think we should. I think we should drop this whole. I keep Fahrenheit. Leave that the same. I want Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit's so much better.
But I want to go to milliliters and kilograms and kilometers. It really is a better system.
It's a lower number if you weigh yourself in kilograms.
That's true.
Maybe it's my algorithm. It's almost certainly my algorithm on social media. But I've been seeing people talking shit on smash burgers recently, being like, look at how thin these are. These aren't real burgers. And then people will be like, that's so true. This isn't even, look how thin they are. Can you imagine putting that on a big bun with a tomato and everything? And it's like a bunch of people who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to smash burgers. And it's like, you don't put one patty on there. You like double, triple, quadruple up on a smash burger because they're so thin and crispy. And these people are talking about it as if it's just one little wafer of beef.
I've been making smash tacos.
It was a kind of post that I was seeing where, like, you see something so egregious that you say out loud, where like you're like, these people are idiots.
The algorithm found a way to trigger you.
It triggered me. Yeah, I didn't like
how
that.
my algorithm triggers me, and it makes me absolutely bonkers. Navy SEALs giving their opinions on shit when they don't know their ass from their fucking elbow. I'm watching this fucking moron be like, did you see that Camaro in Formula One? It smoked everyone. And I'm like, no fucking way did a Camaro smoke the Formula One cars. So I look into it. It's not Formula One. It's like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's not a fucking Camaro. It's a NASCAR car with no rules applied to it like all the other cars have.
Oh.
And if you mean by smoked them all, Broken got 75th place, do you know fucking anything that you're talking about? You are fucking an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. If you were talking about breaching, clearing a room, my ears perk up. I want to hear what a Navy SEAL has to say about a beach landing or something. Like, that's what you do. But everything else you talk about, you are more than stupid. And people listen to you because of your old job. Get the fuck off YouTube or read a book.
Despicable. It is
like
good.
We're always right.
Yeah, they're like, well, I killed a bunch of people overseas. I killed a guy who had he had half an AK, but it still fired kind of. But I got him. I fucked his ass up with my night vision in my tank. And it's like, it's like,
There's
all
one
right.
guy in particular. He has short after short after short where he gets all his facts wrong. And I'm like, I think he's rage baiting. I think I'm falling for him. Maybe he's not as stupid as he seems to be, that he's stupid like a fox, just saying idiotic shit time and time again, standing behind his Navy SEAL resume, which I assume is true. I don't know how to tell. And I think it's true. Like, I don't know them being called out, but just, you are a fucking moron. Stop it.
Food. I get triggered by food stuff. I see like takes that I really dislike. I saw a bunch of Europeans in the last few days being like, these Americans, they don't even have bread at their supermarkets. And it's like, and they were like showing a picture of a bakery. And then a bunch of Americans were like showing pictures of being like, actually, we're a much wealthier country than you. We have bakeries in all of our grocery stores. Here's one of them. And he's like, oh yeah, this is your bread. And it's like, he's showing pictures of like the packaged bread. And he's like, in Germany, this is actually classified as a cake. It is so far from bread and there is so much sugar in it. And then it'll be some American being like, you just owned yourself talking about your cake. Like, we have a lot more than that. Our entire bread options are not nature's own. We've got all sorts of stuff there, and all these Euros are ripping on America, and it just.
We have every bread option you could want.
There's so much bread at the store that it's almost amazing that they can have that much of a perishable item on hand at one time.
There are rage baiting like I just did with the Navy SEAL dude. He says
what he's saying is true. Like Subway bread,
that Americans don't have bread. That's not true. We have so many bread options, and like cake, near cake, not as near to cake, all the way to bread that you call bread. Like, you name it.
I am falling for it. Yes.
This is like, Americans, you know what? Not enough carb options over there.
No, but Europeans really feel that way though. They like they have this thing where, because their countries are the size of like a matchbox, they're like, oh well, you could not put Hamburg on a map, could you? And it's like, tell me where Nebraska is. Can you place that on a map? Like, I'm supposed to know everything about their country.
Yeah, it would be harder to find on a map, Mr. Germany, is your military. Ooh, that might be a tough one. We'd really have to zoom. We'd have to do some zooming.
And we know where yours is. Defending your little friend Israel. We fell down that lane once before.
There's one way to stop it.
No, they're talking about that. Like, so many of our breads have like an absurdly high. Why is there sugar in bread? Like a lot. There was so much sugar in the Subway bread that they couldn't call it bread. I think in Ireland.
The Subway bread stinks.
I don't know. I like that cheesy bread they've got. I haven't had it in years, but they've got some sort of like Italian rosemary cheesy bread.
Something in herbs.
Italian herbs and spices.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I always get that one.
Or no, Italian herb and cheese. That's what it is.
But I haven't eaten Subway in probably a fucking decade or something like that. There were so many other sandwich shops came out with that were just better, had better meats and vegetables, that Subway seemed like a poor option.
Yeah, Subway defeating Quiznos is crazy. Quiznos was so much better.
I saw the king and the queen, I guess, show up at the White House. That like, it's so embarrassing every step of the way. He speaks so well, and our guy is just a goober. And I hate when that gets juxtaposed. I hate when anybody is near enough to Trump that can speak well, because you get the comparison.
Would you be pissed if you were King Charles?
About what?
About the fact that his kingship is... I've always thought this on behalf of King Charles. Like, for decades, he must have been thinking, like, this bitch won't die. And so now he's already full-on elderly. Yeah. And he's going to have a real short reign. Like, he's... like, what is he, 80? Like, probably. She basically stole his whole song and dance.
I've had that thought, too. But maybe he had a better life. Is King better than Prince? Like, it's not like he was hurting for money or had to. It's probably just an easier job where he gets all the same benefits for half the work.
Yeah, but I don't know how much work she was doing anyway.
I would try to wrestle
don't know
some
what they
power
were up
back
to.
into the monarchy in the modern age. I think that'd be a big. I'd love to see that. Like if King Charles took a bit of
That would
power
be
away
fun.
from Parliament, and like maybe he became one of the branches of their government, like in more than just
Yeah.
symbolically.
He's got to do it now because I know the UK hates that current prime minister or whatever. Like they really don't like the current guy, so he's got to capitalize.
Do
I think they
ever
always
like
hate their
prime
guy.
minister? Yeah, because that Boris dude is like kind of a laughingstock in retrospect. And I don't even remember who was before him, but it just seems
Briefly,
like
it was that mousy lady. I can't remember her name. Starmer's the guy now, I think. But there was that brief period where there was that mousy looking woman.
Yeah, she just went in and out though. It was like one of
huge
our
failure.
presidents who gets dysentery 20 days in and then just put.
Yeah, their politics are weird over there. They're like super mean, and they're like way more than we are
That's
to the
good.
politicians
We
and their
need
sports
we
stars.
need more of that. We need more rudeness, a little
it
more
forces
theater.
them to be mentally sharp. They go up there and joust in their debates, whereas ours, too many rules and too many like elderly people just hanging on to their jobs who are clearly just empty chairs.
They also have problems, just like Trump, with being rulers with very noticeably goofy hair. You have Boris Johnson. Do you remember his hair?
Mhm. Oh,
And
dude.
then and I was saying
Did
all of
he
Europe.
Did he do that on purpose? Right? Like
Clearly.
Boris Johnson's hair. So Trump's, all right, his hair is silly, but it's exactly what he's going for.
Yeah,
right?
he's trying to
hitting
mitigate
the bullseye he's aiming at. Boris Johnson looked like he wasn't aiming at anything.
He looked slovenly. Yeah,
he looked
and
like he just woke. He looked like he had bedhead.
Yeah,
and the way he would talk, didn't he like stutter in a weird way? Not stutter, but just like catch himself. He's like, well, the problem with the road tax, so far as we can tell, it's not quite high enough. Like,
Look
yeah,
at that. It looks like he's at the science museum and he's holding that big shiny ball.
that's like Moses parting the Red Sea right there. That's just.
Can you give us a picture of his like everyday hair though? Like obviously this is his
Look at those
worst.
chompers. At least it distracts from that.
He kind of talked like a stereotypical like low class Brit, just a little bit too. Like the
My
hello,
God.
like
Yeah.
oh, I
He
can't
thought
do
that
that to
himself.
save
Come
my
on.
life.
Yeah, like a chimney sweep.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who has the best hair in Europe of the leaders? And I mean, it's not a leader that has anything to say consequentially because it's a teeny little country. But pull up the current leader of Estonia, because
Okay.
this guy is making aggressive decisions to look retarded, almost as though he's like, I'm the leader of Estonia. None of you are going to listen to me anyway, because our country has 4 million people and no army. But this guy, I think he does it himself.
Oh, man.
Oh,
This guy
I know
ruled.
this guy. He's got more tigers than you'd guess.
Go to one where it's very. This is him after he's let it go for a bit. Get one where he's like talking to the UN, like the very crisp, angular cut that he goes with sometimes. This guy does not like hair touching his ears. Look at that. Not at all. Just scissors, snip.
I think he freehands with the beard trimmer.
It's got to be a joke. Like he must have lost a bet.
Wow.
This is so embarrassing. Why
The
would he do
second to
that?
last one looked like something you'd see on a Lego. Just like aggressively
Yes.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I've
Like
played
blocking.
Oblivion with characters that look like that. When you hit randomize.
I like it when every so often you see the leader of like, I don't know, Denmark or Finland, and you're like, she is smoking hot. Like she won a beauty contest over there. Like that.
Yeah.
We don't have many smoking hot politicians.
I would say at this point, none.
Well,
It's 'cause
it's
we're a real
smoking
country.
hot, I might say
It's
so.
true.
They're
We are
attractive politicians, but smoking
That's
hot is a high bar.
But yeah, you got the
Yeah,
Grandmeister.
obviously, yeah.
You got
Can't all be like the Grahams of the world. you
got-
know?
You guys are so overdue for a new king or queen. Like this lady has been going on forever.
I like
It's
to take
time
a
for
picture
my
with Trump
role,
before she
Jimmy!
dies. You know, she's had this pictures with like everyone from Kennedy or something. I want to get at least one more president in there.
He's going. Oh, do you know the controversy around that? The big visit to England?
I do.
You
Why
heard
don't you
about?
lay it out though?
Oh man, so Trump, they have this thing. I don't know the exact phrasing, but they have a real fancy coronation kind of thing where the president comes over and they really roll out the red carpet and the queen meets with you and everybody's in those damn carriages with horses and it's like a royal and state visit and then they've offered. Yeah, they've invited Trump over. And they invited the last two presidents over, not quite so early in their terms, of course, but they did. And there's a big hullabaloo, of course, over there with lots of what do you call your senators? Those silly guys with the wigs.
MPs, yeah.
All those assholes are like, a lot of them don't want him to come, period, and a lot of them don't want them. Trump currently is slated to address the British Parliament. And they don't want him coming in the Parliament chambers and talking to them. They don't want that. But it looks like it's going to go through no matter what. And of course, it'll be a shit show that everybody on the planet watches.
I read that they're pushing off this thing to when Parliament is in recess so that nobody will be embarrassed.
Yeah, and which is funny because Parliament in England is like theatre. I mean, it's what my learned friend is saying is he's a complete moron. You know, and everyone's like, ah! I don't know if anyone's ever watched Parliament, but there's jeering, there's laughing, there's mocking. Like
it is so much better than C-SPAN here. We have a bunch of assholes not doing anything. I watched the clip. It must have been Maggie Thatcher or someone, and I was watching her get in a fight with this guy, throwing insults around the Parliament floor or whatever. And she was the guy was like, the distance between the top and the bottom of this country in income has never been larger. And she was in a really snarky, mean thing in front of everyone, just being like, so what you're saying is you'd like to see this instead of this? Is that what you're saying? And being a smarmy cunt, being you want everybody to be poorer? And there were actually people laughing at this guy in the middle of this, where it was man, this is a lot more fun. Why didn't we bring this the fun part?
Yeah, it's vicious.
Is it the Prime Minister who's on top in the UK?
Prime Minister.
Yeah. So the Prime Minister has usually come from the members of Parliament, the MPs, and they're well conditioned and able to deal with this, and they blow me away because it's they walk into there and they're like, all right, I don't know how many MPs there are, but let's do a debate, 150 versus 1, go, and they hold their own. It's amazing. I'm sure they have friendly people in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the left and there's the right, as there is over here. But everything's open, and it gets pretty insulting. I've seen people referred to as drunken alcoholics, and things like that. It's kind of like if there was insult wars going on, but 50 years ago. No, there's never really swearing, but it's what my learned colleague is implying. I think he had a little too much to drink last night, a little bit too much tipple. That is very passive aggressive insults.
Yeah, they're calling them learned as a passive-aggressive insult.
Yeah, learned colleague.
My learned colleague over here. Yeah, apparently not learned enough.
Whereas here, I feel like there aren't any debates. There's just speeches to empty chairs.
Oh, come on. Sometimes they bring snowballs in. They bring, they'll bring in.
They sit?
Yeah, they'll bring in... They'll bring in visual aids. Remember when Netanyahu came and he had that old school cartoon bomb that's a bowling ball with a fuse coming out of the top with a RAN written under it, and he showed that it was 3/4 full, or it was 98% full. He's they only need this much more, and it's come on, they're not pouring jelly beans in a jar over there. They're fucking enriching uranium and mastering intercontinental ballistic missile technology.
Guess the amount of jelly beans, or we take the West Bank.
But Bernie Sanders brought in a tweet this big. It was 4 feet wide from Trump, where he said that I guess he was going to save Medicare or something.
I couldn't figure out how to screenshot the tweet. I had my young grandson bring in the entire thing. I had difficulty reading. He printed it out on a standard 8.5 by 11, and I said, "Son, I can't read this. Go get it big." And I went out to Kinko's for me. I struggled on the bus on the way here with it.
Dude, it was great.
For a second, for the first bit, you were kind of going halfway between Arnie and halfway between Bernie.
Oh, that does. I just remembered that picture of him standing there with that big tweet, like such an idiot. It's like, I'm sure they have a projector. You could have just emailed it to him, man. Like, they could have put that up there. But no, he's got to go out there with the fucking clearinghouse check.
How much did that cost? How much did that cost for him to get that
I
blown
think
up
you're
in
incredibly
Kingcups?
biased. I think he fucking nailed Trump and made him an ass. I think that.
I don't know what, I'm talking about what he's saying. I'm saying bringing the big tweet on the poster board in.
I'm saying that poster
like,
board.
science
Like,
fair.
you can say Trump tweeted this, or you can show it, right? And there it is with all the retweets and all that shit under it. And I thought, like, you know, it is impossible for Trump to do anything but either keep his campaign promise or obviously be a lying sack of shit.
You got to go Tony Stark on this. No, you're not. No, hang on. You got to go Tony Stark with this. I'd have came in there and I'd have put some tiny little piece of electronics down on the fucking table and pressed a button, and it would have projected Trump's tweet up on the wall, like in 4K, huge as fuck on the back of the wall over there. He brought in a poster board. Like that was silly. That was almost as silly as the guy who brought the snowball, I thought. Which is supremely silly. The guy who brought the snowball and threw it and it was like, global warming's bullshit. You see, I have snow here.
I mean, that was pretty
I
compelling.
didn't even know that happened, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that happened. Our
You
politicians
should have built a snowman at least. Like, I feel like a snowball's really half-assed. Like I feel if Bernie can bring a check or a tweet that's this big on public transport, I imagine he took out like 50 people on the bus on the way there. This guy should have brought more than a freaking snowball.
What do they call that?
How many times he was running down the hallway with the snowball and he'd get like almost to the floor and be like, fuck, this stuff's going to be compelling, back to the fucking yard. He's bringing it progressively bigger and bigger so it'll still be there. Sorry, in my head it's a very funny scene.
And then like I watched YouTube videos about like houses in the UK, and Ameribros, we're spoiled as hell.
Yeah,
with the size
UK
of
houses are
houses
shit.
in this country. Like the houses there, they'll be like, it's a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 680 square feet. And it's like, oh my God, this is tiny. You can't even fit a king size bed in some of these rooms.
You can spin around in this one with your arms out wide without hitting nothing. Like it's really bad in the UK. Like,
do you guys have air conditioning? Like is it everywhere?
I have air conditioning, but that's not a thing. But I'm rich. I'm well off now. You know, I'm doing very great. So
air conditioning is not something I think of as a rich people thing.
Well,
it's
true. That actually probably tells you the story there.
It's way, way hotter in most of the US than Europe.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
but UK's pretty cold. The south of the UK gets some heat, but only
in the reef keeping hobby, all the British guys have coolers for their tanks because in the summer it'll get so hot it cooks your fish.
Fuck.
Oh
yeah, so they're just sweating in their living rooms while the tanks have air conditioners cooling the water off.
Get an AC before you buy a giant reef system. Like,
get a window unit. It's not that hard.
Yeah, order of operations here, folks.
A big part of the culture in the UK is sitting topless in your front room with all the windows open while a miniature fan blows on you every now and then on rotation.
Do that with AC.
Do the ladies do that too?
It's not a thing. AC's just not. I don't know why it's just not a thing.
We can't gloss over this and move on. Do the ladies sit topless too?
Maybe bras on. I would imagine. I don't know. It depends who's over.
Fuck it. No, I'm out. Tapping out.
Yeah, air conditioning.
I thought the UK was one of the better AC countries in Europe. I thought it was like mainland Europe that was like you talk to some guy in Poland or Slovenia or Slovakia about AC, and they're like,
"Oh yeah, they've never heard of it." Yeah. You probably they've never heard of that.
It might be better than some other European countries, but it's not
probably.
By American standards, it'd be worse than anything we have here. Like if your house doesn't have AC, it can get classified as blight and torn down.
Yeah, like I had a lot of friends in primary and secondary school. I knew no one with an air conditioning unit in their home. No one I knew had one.
Oh, not even a unit? We have central air here where it's just pumped through.
Yeah, they're just vents in our ceilings that blow cold air out because we live in the first world. It's so crazy to me that anybody doesn't have it. Whenever I've vacationed in like Seattle before and the house there didn't have it. And it wasn't listed on the Airbnb, no AC. Me and Chiz go to that place in the middle of the summer, like July or something. And we had to Amazon buy fans. Like we both got like fans like blowing on us constantly. We're sweating. Like it was miserable.
That's a
I
great
bought a cheap
depression
window
shit.
unit. I wonder how low they go. I bet for like 180.
200. The thing was, the first house only had like 3 or 4 days of availability, and then after that, we were going to another house that we had made sure had AC after the first day at house number 1. So it was like, man, do we Amazon a $200 or $300 window unit that will have to stay here? I guess we could return it, but then we're stoned. Like the whole point of this trip is smoking weed in Seattle. So it's like, do I want a bunch of like UPS busy work? And we just sweated it out for 2 or 3 days. It was terrible.
Sweat it out. Yuck.
Dude, if my AC goes out in the middle of summer in Missouri, it's so thick and hot and muggy within 40 minutes that I'm like on the phone. Like someone's got to get here now. It's an emergency call. I'm sweaty. I stink. Yeah. My hair's getting greasy faster than it usually does. Like
when my AC went out like 5 years ago, and it was like days and days with it not getting fixed. And so I would go into a hotel and spend my days there. And I made the rental place pay for my hotel and pay for the window unit that I had purchased to like finally just exist in my house. And they're pretty cool about it. I had a meltdown on the phone. I didn't curse like following you guys' example, but I was like, this is unacceptable.
Huge.
I was like, I started making up all kind of lies. I've got a baby here. I've got an elderly grandmother with dementia. Have you ever had to give an old woman 5 sponge baths a day? Have you?
Wow.
Have you? Like, I had a full meltdown. I'm like, we're staying at the Holiday Inn right now. I've got a baby and a wife, and I'm like listing all these people. It's just me. It's just me.
just you and your dogs.
I had a fucking meltdown. But like living without AC was like hell. I always say,
was that house one zone?
Yeah.
Sleeping is the worst. Sleeping without AC is a near impossible task. That's the worst thing for me. I need it to be cold to sleep. That's always been my thing. So I've always got the AC going now, or a fan on, or something. I'm thinking about moving to Spain, and one of the main things that's holding me back from that is that my memory of going to Spain when I was younger is that it's so hot you can't even fucking think in the day. Sometimes you like have this mental fog based on how humid and hot the south of Spain is.
Their work ethic reflects that.
Yeah, it does. That's actually true. They close in the middle of the day. Enough to save myself from being lost, I would say, but not in any way fluent or conversational. Nowhere.
You get much better. Then.
What about America?
He can learn it while he learns Farsi.
True. Two very notoriously similar languages.
I can't tell the difference. It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, I've thought about moving to the US. Bryce Mitchell said he'd save me a plot of land near him if I ever wanted to move there. But I don't know. Spain is like a 2.5 hour flight away from where I am and where my family is. It's really easy. It's not that long
time
of a flight.
zone?
I'm sure it's about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours.
How different is the time zone?
Maybe an hour difference. Portugal is the same as the UK, but Spain is an hour ahead. Which might be bad.
I find that to be the bigger deal. Like, you know, if you're 3 hours different, then you're not really thinking about calling home until they're ready to go to bed. Bigger deal.
I just need another look. I think I want to learn another language accidentally via being somewhere.
If you decide to live near Bryce Mitchell, you could get like a house with 5 acres for like $150,000.
I know.
No, you could not get a house.
That sounds too low, but it would be affordable in Arkansas. You can get
a couple $100,000.
Let me link you to the house in Arkansas with 5 acres for $150,000.
Is there an active murderer? Like, what? There's no way.
Damn. Oh, land.com. Does it have a house?
Oh my god, that's.
What am I looking at?
You're looking at a 5 acre property with a 700 square foot house for $145,000.
House is pretty generous.
This is a refurbished like utility shed.
It's like
first, show me that.
That's that right there, a fixer upper. I know that.
House, of course,
This actually looks like Bryce Mitchell's house.
Wait, go back. Why?
Wait, is he selling?
What kind of people lived here? They have a Grinch.
No, it's not
a Grinch themed bath mat and a Grinch themed curtain.
Yeah. They came as a set. Clearly,
they're gonna take that with them.
I guarantee. And a Grinch themed toilet cover.
I saw the thing that wrapped around the toilet that your feet go on, like little toilet shaped carpet.
Why have I seen this house?
I guarantee a girl who never doesn't wear pajama pants lives there. Like that has to.
He's been wearing those SpongeBob pants for 2 weeks straight.
This is horrible. This is awful.
Horrible and awful. Look at this. Not only do you have a Connex box, like tool shed in the back to tie up women and rape them endlessly.
Taylor looking down his nose. How many Connex boxes do you have now, Taylor? 0, I bet.
0 Connex boxes.
Who are you to talk shit about this place?
5 acres of land. Now, here's what you would do there.
It's
You
not even
live
that much.
temporary. 5 acres is a large amount of land for when you're 145,000 in and you have a place to live. You have a horse barn, which probably comes with a horse.
You have
What are
a
gonna do,
demo
take it with them?
job because that house is terrible.
You could build your new house there. Maybe you could throw up a cabin
You could
in those woods or
repaint the
something.
Connex box, Taylor. You lack imagination.
You're right. Spray paint it.
I don't know why you're hating on that. That's 5 acres and a UK-sized house for 145,000 US.
Yeah, coming from the UK, it's a UK-sized house, I guess.
Yeah, you could. I would get one of those log cabin kits that are like $100,000, $125,000. And I'd build it myself over there in my spare time. Like after a year or two, I'd have it built, and you'd be done.
In your spare time, when you're not shivering in the rain.
MMA Guru is doing well in social media. I think he's more of a Monaco
This is to
kind
give
of guy.
this is like a barometer reading of like what the deal is, though. Like for $400,000, it's a mansion now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a huge jump up. If you don't want 5 acres, is the land's probably worth $10,000 an acre or something like that.
Yeah, the Monaco tax haven is very appealing. Very appealing as well. And then maybe you can go check out the Formula One with some champagne.
It's the worst race of the year.
That
Or
type
you
of
can
life.
move to
I know,
Tennessee.
but it's
You know about
the
Dollywood?
status, you know. I don't know about Dollywood.
See, Dolly Parton has her own theme park.
Oh
And
wow, how American!
It's a treat. Okay, it's a treat.
Yeah.
First of all, there are bald eagles in there everywhere, just flying around. They have a giant netted canopy over the whole park, and so you're walking around eating your snow cone, and there's a fucking bald eagle flying overhead. It's America personified. It's wonderful. Roller coasters. They have like a live like cowboy street performances with like blank fire guns and stuff, where they have like a bunch of cowboys get mad at each other and have a shootout in the street. They have like live performances and lots of music. It's a great time.
They
Dollywood's great.
captured a bunch of bald eagles and put them in a canopy. I thought that wasn't allowed. I thought
They're
we weren't
probably
allowed to do
rescue
anything.
eagles or something. I
What are you,
don't know.
narc?
though.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah, tell on Dolly Parton.
once every few years you see a story where it's like some guy in Washington kills a bald eagle and they railroad him. Where it's
Taking
like,
a feather is illegal. I'm pretty sure that like collecting feathers off the ground and keeping them is illegal.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Beast had to change his whole filming location because it may have interrupted the breeding of eagles in that area or some shit like that. I know you guys have a lot of laws about preserving eagles and stuff like that. I was actually shocked by how American America was. When I went to Miami, I was like, okay, this is kind of just like any other. It's American, but it's kind of very
Diverse.
city-ish, diverse, you know. But when I went to Nashville, that's when I realized, like, holy shit, I'm in America. These guys are LARPing as cowboys walking around. They actually believe they are cowboys. Cowboy hat.
Major city.
Nashville's an outlier. Nashville's an outlier where it's like the country music like center of the world. So there are a lot of like guys who are all hat and no cattle. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys.
Okay.
It doesn't
They're
make
not-
sense
they're
for
not that
people
Bryce.
east of the Mississippi to wearing a cowboy hat anyway. And I always say that to my redneck friends. It's like, you're not a fucking cowboy. You are. If there's country and Western, you're country. Don't blend into Western. You don't ride horses. What's that belt buckle? You didn't win that. What are you doing?
You got to be east of the Mississippi to wear a cowboy. Like
I agree.
Do you mean
Or-
west?
or I'm sorry,
Yeah,
west of the
he does.
Mississippi. Sorry.
When
I
I see
want
those,
a
like,
cowboy
modern-day
hat
Texas
though,
Rangers-
and I have a tractor, so I feel like, look, I saw Footloose. You wear cowboy hats on tractors.
Shit.
It comes with it.
Getting it from Footloose doesn't help your point.
Noted cowboy Kevin Bacon wears one. What's your
yes,
point?
yes, that's what I'm getting at. And also it'd be good for sun.
And like,
What if it was a
I-
straw cowboy hat? I feel like that's a little more flexible in its
weak.
location.
That's the weak
Oh, really? Has to be like a
Gator
Stetson.
cowboy hat edition, the straw one. You gotta get
First thing-
one that hurts to wear. I think is probably a That's a real cowboy hat.
I didn't even hear the joke. my drunkenness is going woo woo woo.
Woody, start on your finish your beer, Woody.
It's done.
When I was 19 and I was 19, I lived with these two 24 and 25-year-old. One guy was Polish, one guy was Lithuanian, and they drank those Russian beers, those like 10 to 12% beers, and like it was a running joke. Finish your beer, Kyle, because I'd be sipping this liter of brown, thick 14% beer, and they'd be on their second or third, and they'd always finish your beer, Kyle, and they like laugh at me. I'm like, I'm 19 and white, like
Lithuanians famously not white.
Yeah, that's fair. One was Lithuanian, one was Polish, I think. Tomas, and
I think they drink harder than we do. Like those Eastern Europeans, for sure.
I promise you, they do. One of them was a full-blown alcoholic. He worked at a bar back at a place called Goldfish out here in Atlanta, like a nice restaurant. And the other was just an alcoholic. So, like, Tomas would start drinking as soon as he could, as soon as he got off work. But he drinks at work because he's a bar back. He's constantly drinking with customers and drinking with bartenders and stuff, and like getting free drinks. Oh, a miss pour, have that, like all night. And so he'd come home drunk, drive home drunk, and then he'd drink like 2 bottles of wine before bed, that kind of shit.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck. Like by himself. Or he'd drink like a 12-pack by himself, like listening to techno. And like, you got to remember, this is during that time where I had flooded my apartment and I was essentially homeless, and these guys had taken me in. I'm 19, my first apartment ever. I flooded it. I'm homeless, and my buddy Saul, who's 25, is like, you can come live with us. We've got a couch you can crash on. We work together, so like we can drive to work together in the morning, save you money there. And I was like, thank you. I need that so much. Like, I'm fucked here. And so like, I didn't want to complain because I'm living on their couch. But Tomas comes home at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. from being a bar back. You know, the restaurant closes. He finally gets home. I have work at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning at the car dealership. And he's bumping techno on speakers that are 12 feet from me, not in a different room. His PC is in the living room with speakers. He doesn't have a headset. And so he comes home and he drinks an entire bottle, maybe 2, of wine while I'm laying on the couch trying to get to sleep for bed, like for work in the morning. And it's going dun 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 and I would like look up from the covers, and he was just over there like, yeah.
It's like Techno Viking.
Fucking yeah. Like he's just staring at like a crazy pattern on the screen oscillating while he just finishes his second bottle of wine. That was my life for like a fucking 2 years. That was rough.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
Terrible.
I was always sleep deprived. I was always sleeping at like early in the morning at a car dealership. You don't sell many cars. Like nobody comes at 9 a.m. to buy a car. So I would just go out in the car lot, find a nice Expedition, Escalade, something with heated seats, take a little nap in there till noon. That's when the customers are coming anyway.
What would you do if somebody else was showing off the car? They're like, yeah, it's great.
Everybody understood. Everybody was like chill with it. Like I wasn't the only one sleeping in cars. And if they found me out there, I'd just play it off and like, oh yeah, look at the fucking leg room back here. It's crazy, huh? I was just checking this one out.
Oh man, you could sleep for 4 hours back here.
How comfortable this Escalade is. Yeah, a full-grown man can lay down in the back seat and take a nap for 2 or 3 hours while it works.
If it rained, like a rainy day at a car dealership, especially like a dark, like overcast, rainy afternoon on like a Tuesday, nobody's coming to buy a car. So I'd go out, hop in that Expedition, Escalade or whatever, pop in a DVD, like chilling, like in the backseat reclined, watching a movie or whatever. You know, if I got customer calls, I'd take them on my phone. Nobody fuck with you. It's a wonderful job selling cars. You have a lot of autonomy. Nobody fucks with you. Most of those guys are on drugs or something crazy anyway. And I was.
Were they like on coke? Like Wall Street money never sleeps?
Most of them, honestly, it wasn't drugs. It was women. That was like the number one like problem that they had. Like they were spending most of their check at the strip club and on alimony, and on like side chicks and shit. So the guy would be making $15,000 a month, and he would be broke at the end of the month every month.
That sucks. That's a really sad existence.
Yeah.
We're about to have another referendum soon as well, where that's another sensitive subject. There's a lot of things here you can't fucking talk about, by the way, unless you want to get into a fight. But the referendum is another vote about whether or not we're going to be an independent country.
Oh. Where do you stand on that? Because that's a weird one. You know, with Brexit, I think that there was a lot of buyer shock. When they saw what they had actually voted for.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. Obviously, I'm on the other side of the fucking Atlantic. But it seems like there was a lot of buyer shock afterwards. Like, oh no, we fucked up.
There was a specific reason for that. It wasn't so much like we fucked up. We knew there would be teething problems. Like, you don't just cause like this upheaval and then expect everything's going to go smoothly and perfectly. Like, there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. But the problem is the EU were not playing ball with us when it came to like trade and like rules and everything like that. And then they basically, like, we were going, EU, you're supposed to do this. Can you do this, please? The EU was going, no. And then it was fucking us up. But then everyone's like, look what Brexit did. And they were like, it's them. They did it. And speaking of the IRA, again, now, this is a little funny thing, and like the EU is trying to fuck us up with this, but they have no fucking idea the problems this would cause. Basically, the reason that the IRA are still there, they're still out there, but they don't do much anymore. But they're watching and waiting, and that's because of the Good Friday Agreement, right? Basically, the British government and the IRA sat down together and made like this final peace deal. You know, we'll stop the bombing, stop the attack, stop the war, and everything will be fine. And there was a few stipulations, like, for example, release every single IRA prisoner and all that, which I believe was granted. Not all. They got most, but not all. But then there was also no hard border in Northern Ireland, right? So the Irish could come and go as they pleased in Northern Ireland. Anyone could come in, anyone could come out. Now, because Britain has now left the European Union, the EU are now saying there must now be a hard border in Northern Ireland. The problem is the EU are saying you must now do that. That violates the Good Friday Agreement, which means that the contract has been broken and the IRA would come back.
So they have to think very carefully about how they handle that.
So basically, it's like, the thing is, the EU, everyone in Europe who does not fucking understand the situation is going, but there must be a hard border, and everyone in Britain and even everyone in Ireland is going, no, do not fucking do that. And everyone's like, see, anyone who like lived through the 80s and 90s and like remembers just hearing about like daily bombings and all that shit, like nobody wants to return to that, but the EU are just, it's almost like they're trying to do it on purpose because they're like, you wanted to leave, so I'm just going to like reawaken that terrorist group to fucking bomb you. At least you can fish in your own water. Man, like fucking yeah. So yeah, that's really dodgy.
I don't know any of this stuff. At all. Do you guys? What do you got?
I do remember. I'm old enough to remember the bombings, and it made the news all the time. That was back before you chose your own news. You just watched what was on TV.
Yeah,
and there was always like some bar or some restaurant or whatever. There were just car bombings, bombing. Molotov cocktails were like a big thing.
Yeah.
I think you misunderstood. I knew about the IRA. I was meaning I didn't know about that border. Like, I didn't know it would matter that much that like having a hard border would like.
I didn't know about that detail.
Like, well, okay, we're turning back on now.
I'm well aware that when Brexit came out, I'm no longer here. I was pro Brexit, so I'm really like forgiving of other people that were pro Brexit who just didn't understand how complicated it was. I heard independence, and my dumbass American ass was like, "Yeah, I like it. Let's do independence. This is like kind of a." Most Americans default to the position of like more freedom, more independence, etc. And now that I understand just what a like tangled knot they're trying to unweave, it's like there is no good solution to do this well. You can't do it without pissing so many people off that it was better where it was. I think.
No,
you disagree?
I disagree. No, definitely was the best reason because it was we were definitely better off leaving because see the amount of laws that were getting passed in the EU that we like had to follow through on. If there was any money that they demanded, we had to pay it, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, but we got some money back," and I'm like, "Yeah, but we were paying like so fucking much in." And all that, and then everyone's like, "Oh, in exchange, you get to use the trade," and it's like, "Well, why can't we just negotiate our own trade contracts?" Like, there's even like weird, stupid limits because I've been there in the EU Parliament. They have no fucking idea what they are doing. No idea. If there's anything that is to be regulated, they will try to regulate it. Like the day I was in, and this was when we were doing the Article 13. So I'm there, in the Strasbourg court, like in the big room where they do the vote. Like I'm essentially in the European Senate. Like I'm sitting in there. They were voting on regulations about how long Polish candle makers were allowed to make the wicks. And I'm Google it. I'm not making that up, right? That is some of the dumb shit. Some of the other stuff as well is any of this certain type of drink product must only come in 330 milliliter and 500 milliliter cans or bottles. But then there was this weird fucking custom drink in Japan that makes its own bottles that don't fit that. So then the EU had to pass another resolution to the bill to allow this one specific drink from Japan to like be able to be shipped into and sold in the EU. It's so stupid. Like, and that's the type of shit that we have to contend with. And everyone goes, oh, but you get your veto. You get your little fucking veto. But this is the problem is Europe are massively fucking left-wing. Apart from the eastern parts of Europe, from Eastern Europe, right? Mainland Europe are overwhelmingly left-wing, and they are passing like left-wing laws over right-wing places. So the right-wing places, that's why you're getting Hungary and Budapest and all these other fucking Bulgaria, Romania are all going, fuck this. Like, we are sick of this fucking shit. We want to fucking leave. And it's because it's became overwhelmingly left-wing, like in the EU, and that's why it's crumbling, because it's not a balanced system here in both sides of the aisle. It's one side of the aisle going, here's the laws, you're getting them, tough shit. Here's Article 13. This just passed fucking overwhelmingly, where we're going to create essentially a great filter like they have in China to moderate online content. Right? And even,
great filter. Okay.
Yeah. It was basically, that was Article 13. They've changed the name of it now, but like that passed
Something
overwhelmingly.
less scary, I hope.
We're
calling it the doomsday device now.
The same day I was in, they were voting on a resolution about AI weapons, whether or not it would be okay for them to continue research into AI weapons, and it passed. So they're going to,
that won't backfire.
It's incredible. Like
that's how many movies start.
You sound like a subject matter expert on it, and I'm not. But it's super hard to be an actual subject matter expert on all this shit. You know, all the tangled web that is the EU and the countries in it, and who's going to get mad if you do different. If you pull out, people are going to be really mad. And as you mentioned with that, border. If you stay in, as you articulated, people are going to be really mad. So what do you do?
Well, I think it's a case of it should never have happened in the first place. Like all this.
The EU should have never happened.
It shouldn't have happened in the first place. Like, I think it started initially as just a big trade agreement thing. Trade agreement, whatever, that's fine. But then, see, as soon as you have another country able to have some semblance of say of what laws get passed in your country over like a completely different culture, like there's like people. The amount of times that I see, like, I argue with leftists online, like, all the time, and people bitch about, they just drew random borders in Africa and mixed cultures together and caused wars and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's what the EU's doing. They're passing, like, they're culturally different. People in Czechoslovakia have a completely different, fucking not there anymore, Czech Republic, like, have a completely different view on, like, the way society should be than people in England or people in France and all that. But then they're passing laws over these, and it's just causing conflict. Like, that's why I think, Scottish laws for Scottish people, English laws for English people, like that type of stuff, because who's going to know better to how to govern themselves than themselves?
Yeah, it makes sense. The more local it gets, the closer it is to the person being impacted.
Exactly.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to be inter-Canadian. We wouldn't want Canada to be able to, create a law that we were supposed to follow. I don't even like the laws that we come up to follow. Like, I don't want to follow some.
No.
You might have lost your audio.
Kyle. I lost you on Mexican laws, but he said he doesn't want to follow Mexican.
Yeah, your Kyle. Yeah, your audio.
I have this European cruise I'm taking. It might be around the same time. We'll see if I can go, but I want to go. Beach? Last time there was a nude beach.
I think what are your opinions about nude beaches? Let's just transition straight away from the gaming stuff and talk about nude beaches.
Good in theory, bad in execution.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I like the way you're thinking. I was about to say, like, you know what though? Like, when I went to the nude beach,
you say nude beach, I hear dude beach.
I imagine like 30 guys being like, where the bitches at? Just like dongs hanging everywhere. Dudes like rubbing themselves under towels, dark sunglasses, and like one woman who's like, what the fuck have I done? Like running like hell.
Not in Europe. The only nude beach I've been to is in I think it was Italy, and there were lots of people there. There were you don't have to look at all of them, and there were a few worth looking at. Not that I did. I was married. I was with my wife, but
good save.
Yeah. All right, I might have saw a couple, but you just don't look at everybody.
The thing is with Europe is like down with the Speedos, and I still have not wrapped my head around that concept.
No, right? Like there was a dude. We were in Chicago, like me and Woody and several other people, and there was a paintballer who on a bet was going to run through the hotel lobby in his underwear, and he strips down and he's wearing a fucking Speedo, and I'm like, really? We're in Chicago, and this dude's rocking a Speedo? What is this? I don't get it. I don't get it. How that can be comfortable, fashionable, or something that you would even want to put on and feel like a man.
They were in style in the 80s.
Yeah, like
back in the 80s, I had like a couple friends who had Speedos, and it was like, that's the guy I want to be, right? Because they were like on the competitive swim team. They had their Speedos. It just looked a lot more athletic. They looked like, they had nothing to hide. And people in like these big American like shorts, pretty much out swimming in those things, it felt old fashioned, and it felt like I don't know, how do you describe it? Like sluggish. Whereas the Speedo guys were streamlined. And by the time they were sleek. They were like, sporty. They were unashamed. And then, so, here I am in the 80s, and I'm like, all right, I want Speedos too. And my mom's like, yeah, maybe next year. So finally I get Speedos, and they're not in style anymore. And everyone else has like regular bathing suits. And it was a horrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, I like as far as underwear goes, do we want to have an underwear discussion?
Obviously.
All right, but so I don't wear normal underwear. I literally wear basketball shorts under my jeans, and the idea behind that is A, it's really comfortable, and B, if something happens to my jeans, I've basically got an extra bottom on. I can just take those things off. And hey, you never know when somebody's going to challenge you to a basketball game, and you just got to throw down.
This is really clever.
So that's how
Wait, you consider this clever?
This is pretty smart. I don't know. This is pretty smart.
I wear boxers because it gives my shit room to grow.
All right. Well, I don't think you had to go that far, but I'm pretty sure my basketball shorts had the same effect, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Room to grow.
But I love the incredibly awkward. This is where when that dude makes that animated series of us, everyone it just like goes from character to character, and we're all have these blank looks on our faces. Like, what the fuck did you say?
That dude is awesome, Bongster7. But so room to grow. You're talking about like seeing something that would inspire you to grow?
No, I'm talking about my shit isn't constricted. So my shit will grow fully and get even bigger than it normally is.
Okay, so you're not at full like adulthood right now. Is that what we're getting from you right now, Wayne? Do you not have an adult penis yet, or am I confused?
I have a very adult penis. Don't worry about my penis.
I'm not worried about.
I'm not going to constrict any more growth that it might do.
I'm starting to have some concerns about your penis. Like, I don't really worry about getting any bigger.
Yeah, I'm looking down there. I'm like, how can we slow this down? We're getting into dangerous, uncharted territory right now. I might need something.
My wife's cervix is about to start a petition. Like, how can we shrink this thing?
I have killed 3 women this year alone. Like, I mean, I mean, it's early. I'm just saying.
It's only June. We're on a 6-woman pace.
Oh my god! All right, so what kind of? I'm not even gonna. This feels so horrible to ask. What kind of underwear do you wear, Woody?
Boxers. But it's just that they were like. So I wore tighty whities as like a little kid, and then sometime in high school, like all the cool kids were wearing boxers, and I'm like, I guess I need boxers, and I haven't switched since.
Yeah, I think I had the same thing going on. I actually like the boxer briefs too. Like if I bought 4 pairs. Well, you know this, Woody, because we were having a discussion about my underwear in Chicago. Because like I didn't bring enough, I only brought 1 pair of shorts. So like, I had to go actually buy underwear.
Yeah, you were like turning them inside out and stuff.
The first day, I wore the shorts, and like I was like, Jesus, I didn't bring any underwear. And so like that night, I was just like going commando, and then I got drunk and I forgot to buy underwear that night. So it was like, guess I gotta turn these bad boys inside out, rock them for a second day. So I did, and so that night I remembered to buy underwear. So I picked up some boxer briefs, which aren't that bad. But that's what you do, man. You gotta go hardcore. You gotta.
I go Navy SEAL. In that case, I just rock without. Yeah,
I really want to be on the paintball field with those like scruffy paintball pants with no underwear. I don't know who's going to be rubbing the ointment on me at the end of the day, but I'm
oh God, no! Stop! Now I'm in like the cow position. Like,
somebody's got to do it, man. Somebody's got to get out the ointment, and I don't know. Like, I'm figured you probably had like a big jar of it. Like, isn't that what like old? I thought that's what made old people smell like that.
I hope I don't get stuck with Woody in this next trip coming up. I don't want my room to smell like mothballs.
Yeah, it's a smell. Woody has the smell, and it's like mothballs and like.
Do not! People are gonna believe this.
No, it's a mixture. No, I'm not kidding. It's a mixture of mothballs and like.
You are too kidding. I don't smell anything like mothballs.
Mothballs and icy hot. That's what he smells like.
I don't have any icy hot.
Yeah, it's a powerful, pungent smell. So you get in the car with him, you're like, God damn.
That's not true. I smell like my deodorant, which isn't like I don't know what a cool breeze really smells like, or whatever it's supposed to be. But that is my actual.
Guys, it's mothballs, ice and ice hot. I mean, if you can show up to our next event in Chicago or wherever we're gonna be, and like you get a good whiff of him if you want. Ask if you can smell him because he's more than happy.
Oh God. This is
next event's actually going to be in LA this weekend for those people who want to be down.
Yeah, man. We're doing a signing on that too.
Good whiff.
Give him a whiff. Give me a whiff. Yeah, we're doing this thing. So it's let me go through this. It's Freddie Wong, Wings of Redemption, me, White Boy 7th Street, X Jaws, and Only Use Me Blade. We're gonna play 2 games. We're gonna play Madden. We're gonna play Black Ops.
Guitar Hero, right?
I can't hang with you in Guitar Hero. We're gonna play Madden. We're gonna play Black Ops, and it's gonna be live streamed.
If you play Guitar Hero,
Film On.
I'm gonna so beat you with the guitar while I'm facing you.
Oh my God!
So I can win.
On.
Many have tried.
I'm gonna physically beat you with the guitar, not just like beat you with the guitar.
Oh, I know.
Many have tried. He knows Kung Fu.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I know how to sucker punch.
He knows Kung Fu.
Somebody asked me why I wasn't going. I was invited to the thing, but I just can't make it. I've seriously got so much going on like that week. Like I was literally just I can't do it. I'm doing something else that day. Like
Kyle is not down for hanging out with swimsuit models and flying on private jets and driving Aston Martins. Just let you know.
That's just not how he does it.
I'm gonna be shooting a minigun and a flamethrower that day. I'm busy.
I'm gonna be driving Aston Martins, Kyle.
Dude,
I'm gonna drive that Ferrari.
I got that. Like I got that on lockdown. So, like a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed we didn't call Freddie Wong on what he wears for underwear. Just saying it.
Boxers, dude. Dude, listen, why would you wear... Here's the problem. If you are ever in a situation where people see that you're in, like, the tighty whities, dude, you can't live that down. So you might as well wear a Speedo.
Here's how you wear that down. When you're calling your tighty whities, you put your hand in the fucking pocket they give in the front.
just start tugging. And just staring down. Just staring at people.
I had a college roommate who wore I guess Speedo bikini type things. Like they were smaller and tighter than tighty whities. And they often had scenes depicted on the back of sunsets and horizons and stuff like that.
Yeah, Sam.
But he was on the swim team with me, right? This guy, I'm gonna go full gay here, but this guy had this rocking body and this decorative underwear, and I couldn't help but wonder if he was right. Here I am in boxers, kind of understating it, but we're all in shape. We're working out 6 hours a day, and he's decorating it, and he might have been right.
If you got it, flaunt it, dude.
Yeah.
Do you get annoyed, Ben, when you hear Americans talk like European geography? Because you probably know all those countries just instantly, right?
You know, all those videos online where they have like, they interview just an American on the street and they say, like, point to this place on a map. I'm watching those videos like, ha, idiots. I can't have a fucking idea where that country is. If I was stopped in the street, I'd have no clue.
Geography questions are like the ultimate, like, if someone asks me, like, hey, can you get to like name every state in the US, like just from the map? And I'm like, yeah, obviously I'm a genius. And then if someone's like, where's the Congo? I'm like, who even, as if that even is indicative of anything. Like you just don't, I don't think it has to do with anything but memerization.
I'd have an easier time finding the fucking Congo than I would like some of those squiggly states up there. We did the map test the other day and I was like, is that Rhode Island? What am I clicking? There aren't enough pixels. Like it's such a squiggle up there.
Yeah,
I think I got all but one. I think I inverted 2 of the states or something.
I think I got everything right in the Northeast, but I got too many wrong in the Midwest.
Yeah, you inverted like Nevada and New Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Arizona and New Mexico, I think did.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
When you get to like Iowa and Illinois, and there might be another Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about like the way we were taught history the other day, or certainly in high school, like just regular public school. Like, holy shit, you get Civil War, Revolutionary War. You get a little bit of what was going on in England before we had enough, apparently.
Whole lot of Holocaust.
World War II kicks in, and it's time for economics and science now, boys. We don't have any more history in us. Like, that's it.
Yeah, Vietnam. I don't think I learned word one about Vietnam.
Nothing
at all. Korea. I was almost convinced Korea was like a very minor thing because of how much they did.
I took Korea upon it. I was like, I got to learn about what happened to Korea because nobody else is going to teach me. I got to get out there. I got to figure this out.
I'm so old that like I wanted to know about Vietnam and they wouldn't teach it. It was like a politically hot topic, and I was like, what was Vietnam about? And the teachers would look to each other and giggle. And I'm like, I don't need a hot take or anything, but like literally, like, why were we doing it at all? Nah, we can't say. You're a teacher. Jesus
like,
Christ.
Describe a battle or something. Give me something here.
yeah. They just wouldn't talk about Vietnam. Orange. It'd be like
never lost a battle.
Current politics.
I think that's fun about European history, like UK, France, all that, where you can learn like what were we up to in the year 800, like Charlemagne. It's like history like 1,000 years ago. And they're like, oh, but that's like not even halfway through our history. And in America, it's like eons ago in 1804, with like half of our country's existence ago.
It's wacky to leave the country and then walk around amongst buildings that are 400 or 500 years old. Like, this shit's been like 405 years, 400 or 500 years ago was before time started to an American.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff here that's that old, but we just didn't make any of it, right?
Rocks,
like ruins would be, but like there's nothing.
But in terms of like 500 years old, the ruins you'll find are like this is where the Native American Indians washed their clothes. It's a particularly hard part of the riverbank.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can fit it in a display case. It's like I want something a little bigger.
I think it's. I know there's one in Europe that's like the longest. It's a hotel or something that's been open forever. I think there's one in Japan too. Like maybe there's a sake bar or something that's been open for like 1,000, 1,500 years or something like that. Like, yeah, we never close. Like they just open.
Was a Waffle House?
For 1,500 years though, they haven't closed. They've been serving at the same place. So the fact that something hasn't destroyed a building like that and that amount of time is surprising. It's like the city's probably been conquered 3 or 4 times in 1,500 years.
That's what happened.
I mean, earthquakes and tsunamis and shit.
Like all the big European cities. My hot take is if you've been to one like major European city, you've been to them all a little bit. The culture is different, but the architecture is the fucking same. It all looks exactly the same. There's the same shops. It's like because everything got blown up in the war and then rebuilt again. Like if you've been to like Berlin and Paris look exactly the same. London looks like Berlin and Paris. Stockholm looks like that. They're all really similar. It's that same architectural style.
Yeah, that's true. And all those cities brag about being so old, but we blew them up like 75 years ago. They can't brag about that shit anymore. All their shit's new. We built it.
Seems like wait a minute. Rome probably could, right? Like seems like there's a lot of really cool old stuff in Rome. Greece. That would be neat. That's so old, it's almost baffling.
Like, have you been there yet, Taylor? It seems like you want to just
I've never
go.
been to Europe.
Why haven't you? You can do this show from Europe.
You could
That's
do
true.
you could do a cruise to Italy and not even have to do anything. Not even have to do any rail or any like walking amongst that filth.
No, you'll have to do some rail.
Well, no, you can't just pull up to the coast of Italy in a boat.
You can, but if you want to see like Venice, no, not Venice. What am I? Where's the Pope?
Oh, the Vatican
City.
The Vatican, Rome, shit like that. You need to go by rail.
You want to see the Vatican. You can't go there and not. That place is.
That would be really, really cool.
They made a castle for and we all know about it. It's crazy. It's almost like Diddy's mansion's just sitting there, nobody going in.
The Vatican delivers. Like the Vatican really, really delivers. But there's also a lot of other churches. You just walk in and look up, and you're like, this shit's like 6 stories tall with paintings and stuff, and it's just
what a waste of fucking money.
If you're gonna go to one European city, Finn, what's the one you're most impressed by?
It's never going to be the major ones. Like Milan in Italy is really nice because it's not like the big hub for anything like that. Or like Marbella in Spain's lovely. Like a bunch of places that they're not like the tourist trap ones. Like stuff you can just walk around, and as long as you got like GPS, you'll be fine. But it's just fun to just wander. Anything like that's pretty fun because you get to see all like the little like bakeries run by like 4 generations of women, and they're all there still.
That would be cool.
That is pretty neat. Other than that, it's just like shopping. Like if you're into that, I guess. But I don't see the reason to travel for it.
I wouldn't want to like shop for clothes in like Italy because everyone's so svelte and no one's fat. And if you're overweight at all, they're gonna like slap you in a double XL, I imagine.
In Italy?
I picture European clothes being almost like Asian clothes, where like you go over there and it's just so much smaller. Because we have a bunch of vanity sizing here in the US.
Yeah.
Where it'll be like, oh, you're just a medium, and like you put that medium that could clothe an entire family in Thailand.
Right. 32 inches. That's 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
These will fit me.
Yeah.
And the Brits, they lived under that blitz for too long. They had to live on those rations for too long with the Germans bombing them. And so they never started eating good food again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be true.
I mean,
that's a good scientific theory.
We had the jellied eels and stuff. I'm not sure if that's still a thing anywhere in England, but that's probably the most disgusting thing I've heard. That's like a cultural thing here.
One thing that we get no education about. Well, one more thing that we get no education about is the deal with Ireland and England and just how much awful has happened and how recently awful things have happened. I saw a thing today, and it was Cillian Murphy. You know that actor, right? The guy from from everything. He was in Oppenheimer most recently, and he's in what's the TV show? The Peaky
Blinders. Yeah.
But he's like got his hands in his pockets when he's meeting the prince, and they're like, this is the thing that Irish people do, because I guess there was a thing where when they said that any Irishman with his hands in his pockets was to be shot on the streets because they might be IRA, might have a weapon in their pocket or a detonator in their pocket, and so like I guess they showed someone else, it was an Irish football player meeting the Queen, hands in his fucking pockets, and I guess that's a way of like showing disrespect while still conforming to the formality of having to meet royalty.
Yeah, I know there's no love lost there with the Irish and the Brits.
Yeah, that's the place where I'm at in Birmingham and everything. You could go to pubs here, and there's like a lot of IRA bombings, and if you bring up Irish people to the wrong person, you'll hit a nerve, because it's like within the generation, so like they've experienced and everything. But
so you'll just bring it up, and they'll be like, "Don't get me started on fucking Irish people."
We complain way more about the French and Americans. I think that's the two.
The French are just maybe it's because they don't speak English as much, but it seems like the French are always getting hated on.
The French are assholes. You've never been to France. Have you been to France, Kyle?
No, sir.
Don't. It's okay. In all fairness, apparently when you talk to French people, it's just Parisians. That's where that like awful person thing comes from. Like people in Paris, for some reason, are just the worst humans on earth. They suck. They're not helpful. They talk to you like you're dirt, like a little rat trying to talk to them covered in shit. They are awful people. But the rest of the French people are great. Apparently. You've only met
the Parisians. But
I'm wondering.
I've become racist against the French, apparently. Just from one.
That's part of your national identity, though.
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't get along.
The president of France is going hard in the paint on this Ukraine thing. He's talking about sending troops.
Really?
French troops, that'll solve this.
I mean, they won a lot of battles. They probably have a.
They take so many L's for like military stereotypes, and it's like they won for like 1,000 years. Like they got quite a storied history. They're like the Montreal Canadiens. They haven't won anything big in a long time, but they've got a storied franchise, and so they can be like, "Oh yeah, how about the Battle of 1052, bitch?" And it's like, I'm American. That's not a real year.
There is a theory that Charlemagne didn't exist and that whole 1,000 years was made up and just tacked on to make the calendars fit better.
Who came up with that?
Who came up with the theory, or who came up with the false
theory?
Oh, crazy people on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what's with every theory. Oh, President Obama. He's the one out there pushing that one.
I've stumbled upon something disturbing.
Like my birth certificate was a little weird. Charlemagne. Oh,
Charlemagne.
We do have the best candies. I think America's best candy on the planet by far.
I haven't given a fair shake to European candies. If you had to put a European candy up there against American candy, Finn, what would you recommend?
Do you have but you've got most of the shit.
We have all the good shit.
Okay.
Go order a Turkish Delight off Amazon, and you'll be like, other countries settle for this bullshit candy. It's fucking horrible. My friend was like, "Hey, do you want to try some traditional Yugoslavian candies?" This is back when Yugo was a place, and I'm like, "This is candy to you? There's like meat in it. No one does candy like America. No one comes close."
Do you guys have dairy milk, like Cadbury?
We have Cadbury
dairy
eggs,
milk,
but
Cadbury dairy milk. It's like just a plain chocolate bar. Because realistically, I've had a Hershey's bar and it doesn't stand a candle. Dairy milk chocolate, it goes so hard. It's the best It's the best chocolate bar. I think you've got everything else because you do have better candy in every other way.
We have this one. I just linked it. I don't know if I've ever had it, but like, is this what you're talking about?
Stuff? Yeah.
This is it?
Yeah.
But I bet ours has corn syrup in it. Probably not as tasty.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how I bet on that. But yeah, I do know some people like the darker chocolate, or they don't like the American version of chocolate with all the milk and sugar. But if you don't like Hershey's, we have it all.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's hard to find. Like that gas station has everything you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hershey's gets ripped on, and it's just because like I remember like good memories of eating it on like Halloween as a kid. But like in a blue moon, like a little bit of Hershey's is kind of nice. I like that. I know it is like the laughing stock of the
with almonds or without.
Either way. I do like preference would be with almonds.
Me too.
Adds a little bit of texture there. Yeah.
And plus, sometimes when you want to break it along the lines, the almonds make you eat too, and you're like, "Oh, shucks the luck."
Now I got to eat the whole thing. What am I going to do? Oh man, it's weird. We're talking about candy because out of nowhere, I had like 3 intense urges today to have Oreos delivered to my house. Like just to order Oreos because I'm like, man, I want some fucking Oreos. I want the birthday cake kind. The last couple times I've had Oreos, I've been all in on the birthday cake kind, which is very good. And of course I didn't do it because I have a bad track record of not eating the entire thing when I have Oreos delivered to my house. And that's like, if you look at the back, man, you eat all 3 or 4 of those sleeves, it's like 2,200 calories.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's on the back. You're not supposed to read that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Knowledge is not what I want in that situation.
Just to settle it, by the way, I googled most popular British candy. All of them are bad. They are British, and that's it. They're really not great. And
Britain gets a bad rap on food, but the British don't help it by someone posting a picture of like barely toasted toast and then the beans, and I'm like, I need a Brit to come in here and be like, "Oi, governor, this ain't what we be eating," and then like
it is though.
Straighten it out. And
it is though.
Like, delicious, and I'm like, "Oh my god, you're starting your day with the fucking 2 cups of beans."
Ben has cans of Heinz beans in her house right now. Okay,
Goddamn
they're
right
Heinz
I do,
beans with that light blue. They got that light blue label, don't they?
Yeah, they're good. Okay, look, there's
for breakfast though.
Every American that I've ever made beans on toast for has the same reaction. They go, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's all right." and that's it. It's never bad, but it's mid.
Yeah, because we're polite people and we're liars.
We are fibbers, notorious. I mean, and it sucks because someone will post like a full English breakfast and it's like roasted potatoes, solid. Those tomatoes look good. Bacon, sausage, eggs, everything else looks like a winner, a delicious meal that I would eat. And then just a third of the plate is beans.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's a piece of bread. You need butter on that thing. Get a piece of sourdough bread or something. You gotta make it nice.
That's like messier than the burrito.
This is the equivalent of like pulling up a grilled cheese sandwich and the cheese is like
and they're sweet. It's like a sweet sauce on the beans. It reminds me a little bit of Southern baked beans almost. It's something that we drink, something that we eat with like tangy, spicy pork. So again, it's always been weird to me, the beans for breakfast thing. And something happened to y'all. You know, World War II was a formative time for the planet. I was watching that video the other day about like how words are pronounced in like all the pretty languages and then German at the end. Have you seen this?
No.
They're like ambulance, 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 Krugenwagen. It's like what?
And all Germany and Russia, they've got that down. Like very intimidating sound. Russia even more so because it's everything's caps. Like everything. It's so loud.
Kyle, I've worked with Russians. I know you have too. Were they angry all the time in non-angry situations?
Sergey was the rapist. He was a real sweet guy, family man, very like fun-loving and lighthearted, always joking. He was like a 45-year-old guy and just like always laugh. You know, I was 20 and like we were good friends. Like we were always like yucking it up, having lunch together and joking. We got along well. Dmitry seemed like he hated like being in America. Maybe like something about his life was wrong. Like I think he was annoyed by everyone's ignorance and stupidity. I could tell that. Like he didn't suffer fools. And he was an intelligent man. This wasn't somebody who was posing. Like I could tell he was just annoyed that people weren't quite as smart as he was, and that no one was noticing that he was as smart as he was, because he was always having to like slowly explain. He mansplained, but the people needed mansplaining too. This lady came in one time. He was a bit of a smart ass too, and she was like, "I bought this car, and every time I go above 85 miles per hour, it starts making a grinding noise. I hear whistling sounds coming to the windows." And he goes, "Speed limit is 70 miles per hour." And then he just smiles and nods. And I'm sitting next to him like, good point. Good point. You had no retort. I sold you vehicle. I sold you car for day-to-day drive. I did not know you wanted a race car. We can provide this. You know, like what is she gonna say? Like, no, I don't want a fucking race car. I want a car that doesn't make grinding and whistling noises.
At 85.
But he's gonna just be like, you signed the contract, the car's still driving, and you're breaking the law and you're coming to me like it's my problem. Like she's got no retort to that. He was a fun guy though, but he hated life, it seems. he was just so miserable.
When he got mad, would he ever like mutter in Russian?
I never heard him speak Russian. No. Sergey would speak Russian to me to like teach me Russian. I didn't pick a ton up, but just little bits. And
only
so with
the accent.
Only the accent and like there were a couple phrases I knew, but I refused to repeat them because I know they're off. I think I know how to ask what time it is and tell someone to go fuck their mother and call somebody a son of a bitch and stuff.
All the necessary.
Yeah, and cheese. I know how to say cheese. I don't know why.
Like for pictures,
or for food, like on a sandwich.
Yeah,
I think it's like sear, but it's like they roll the R in this weird way that I could never do. It's like sear. It's like some fucking weird shit. I could be wrong about that. He was Ukrainian.
I mean, that's same. He probably gets it. It's all kind of the same. Right?
Probably so.
They would. Eastern Europeans would strongly disagree with that.
Yeah, isn't it weird how like a person from Florida, a Floridian, and like a Bostonian are so far apart. Like these people like if they were in Europe, they would have nothing in common. They would speak a different language. They would have a completely different culture. Yeah. It's whenever someone comes over that has visited with me anyway from like Europe or whatever, that's the thing that's I think they notice right away is like wow, like this place is fucking huge. What do you mean you can drive for 6-7 hours and you're just have days more drive? You know, like because I think those European countries are for the most part pretty small, right?
I mean, and they're all like walking distance. It seems. I have a friend who came over from over there, and he was surprised. His biggest takeaway was like, "Man, America is built for cars. You can't even walk to the grocery store." I was like, "That's something I never even thought about."
But imagine how much more
country geographically compared to them.
I think we suffer from that though, right? I feel like we're not very well cultured because everything is America. It's America for days. Whereas if you're in Europe, you could take like a little day trip and you could go visit a whole different culture and like see like their architecture, their art, their language, their way of life. For us, like you go a state over and it's just Alabama. They're just like us, but stupid. You know,
well, they're just they're so much more divided. Like
they're just like us, but their football team sucks.
Yeah, but their football team is terrible. They didn't even win the championship this year. These fucking losers.
It's been a bad year for them.
Like if you do those like map overlays and you like take the U.S. on top of Europe, it makes it seem a little more reasonable because it's like, okay, like I mean, sure, the culture between Ukraine and southern Italy or Sicily. That's like the same distance as like Boston and northern Florida or Atlanta or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those cultures aren't quite like Boston and Atlanta. They're totally different cultures, but it's not quite as disparate as
another thing
Ukraine and Italy. Like that same geographic. Like it's just like I don't remember who said this, but like it always stuck with me. Is like in the United States, 100 years is a long time, and in Europe, 100 miles is a long distance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really well said.
Different because like here, like I can drive the distance of 3, 4, 5 European countries to get to Denver from St. Louis. They're still speaking English. They don't even have a discernible accent from me.
Here's the other thing. And like during that drive, you will learn nothing new because the interstate system in the United States, like maybe this isn't the same for everyone, but for you Europeans and Asians, everyone who's not from the US, let me tell you something you might not know. The United States is cookie cutter. If you're on the interstate highways, the ones that allow you to really pass around at 70 miles per hour at high speed from state to state, major city to major city, everything is the same on the side of those roads. It's billboards and like the same 15 restaurants copy pasted, the same Tanger outlet copy fucking pasted. It's corporations fucking stamp every 3.5 miles on the next exit forever.
And the way you know where you're leaving like areas is like, oh, we stopped seeing Quick Trips and we started seeing this other nice, Rhodes gas station. Oh, we're in the South now.
Pilot,
yeah,
or
exactly.
When
whatever.
you want something to eat, you have like 6 choices. There's like Chick-fil-A, Cookout, McDonald's, Wendy's.
That's all you need.
Repeat, on repeat.
And I would just every 6 miles, the same fucking like 6 of those 10 choices just comes up again.
Yeah,
and
there
again.
are so many subways in this country.
So like,
yes.
So I refused to do that shit when we would travel the country. I would tell the guys, I was like, look, we're driving to Texas today. We're not going to eat at a McDonald's. We're not going to eat anywhere that we've ever eaten before on this fucking trip. If we're stopping for fucking Hardee's in the morning, I'm going to scream. You got to find a goddamn diner, a local business, like something like. If we're going to Texas, I want Texas barbecue. I want a Texas barbecue that doesn't have a fucking trademark on the end of it.
Not Texas Roadhouse.
No, and we would do that for real. Like we would pull off the interstate and we drive like 5-10 miles sometimes just to get to some place that wasn't a McDonald's or some shit, so that we could say we did a thing. We
That's
ate
the best part.
In Kentucky. We went. All right, so some of this may not be accurate, but this is how it was told to me. Apparently, Colonel Sanders, the real Colonel Sanders, was married. They divorced, and in the settlement, I believe she might have gotten to keep the original recipe.
She got the dark meat.
I think it was her recipe, but he was allowed to keep saying he had it. But there's this restaurant in Kentucky that's like this big mansion where you go in, and it's that family style dinner where you're just like, we'll take dinner. And they bring you like everything and just cover the table with food. There's no ordering like this and that and the other. And it was so fucking good. It was like Mrs. KFC's like family style restaurant that was generational or something in a mansion. And that shit was amazing. And it was worth the 30-minute detour.
That's awesome.
That's one of the best parts too about road trips is stopping off at those little tiny places that you've never seen. And maybe it's just one restaurant that's owned by a family that has like some great food. And that's like an experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like the most fun part about traveling for me is eating things in different places.
Yes, it
No,
is.
that's it. It's part of it. It's
That's
part
a
of it.
huge
Yeah.
part of when I go somewhere new. I'm like, what am I gonna get to eat?